Alabama heat melts the road to gold.
New faces arrive with stories untold.
The air is thick, but the dreams are wide.
South African hearts crossing the tide.
Safe in liberty's embrace, where the stars and stripes find space. Sweat rolls down, but the hope runs deep. Alabama heat, Alabama heat. They carry talent in battered bags. No corruption here to plant new flags.
From the ashes of crime they rise.
With courage burning brighter than skies.
The past may haunt,
But the future sings. Freedom hums on broken wings. Safe in liberty's embrace, where the stars and stripes find space. Sweat rolls down, but the hope runs deep. Alabama heat,
Alabama heat.
Alabama
Humidity hugs like an old ghost.
But here they stand, a living toast to freedom's soil, to the promised land. With callous hands, they take a stand. Alabama heat. Alabama heat, Alabama
Cyril, it's too late, the clock won't rewind. You chased the dragon, left the eagle behind. Now the storm's rolling in, jobs hanging by a thread. Tariff D-Day, knocking at the door. Factories silent, hearts hit the floor. Negligence, arrogance can't fix what's been bled. You saw the skyline but missed the cracks. While the workers cry, you turn your back. Promises are ghosts, they don't pay the rent. China's lights were bright but shadows grew. You gambled trust, now the stakes are due. The road you took, it led us here, no ascent. Tariff D-Day, knocking at the door. Factories silent, hearts hit the floor. Negligence, arrogance can't fix what's been bled.
Marvin Divine. I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
Dead! Bring out your dead! Dead! Bring out your dead! I'm not dead yet. Shh, yes you are. Got another one for you here. Okay. But I'm not dead! Yes you are. Poof, to the South African economy. Ooh, Neanderthals to the left, canines in the center, and the right-wing podcasters over here. Welcome back to the program, folks. It's August 1st in South Africa, but it's still July 31st here in the United States, and it is almost the witching hour. Folks, we are down to just 48 minutes left. 52 minutes, excuse me. 52 minutes left, and then the tariffs take effect. Bring out your dead! The South African economy. Ooh. The politicians lying to you, misleading you. Yes, Amandla, away! Amandla, away! And there go the jobs, right down the drain. Why? Because the ANZ's arrogance. Hey, Mexico just got a 90-day extension. Oh, our neighbor in Mexico. You know that Coca-Cola, jeje, on Mexico. 90-day extension to the tariffs. They get 90 more days to negotiate. Why is that? Is it because Mexico is important to us? Well, they kind of are. Well, what about South Africa? Did South Africa get an extension? No. Because they're waiting. Apparently, they fill out the checklist of things they're supposed to do, and they claim they've given it to somebody. But of course, that ignores the fact they've been told to clean up their act. Pardon me while I enjoy my shuspia. For those who've been with the program for a long time, like Arctic is going to have a meltdown. If Hendo's here, he's going to go into DTs. His head will explode as I drink my shuspia. Tonight required a little something stronger than a Starbucks to deal with this tragedy that's upcoming, that's imploding around the South Africans. But they're anxiously trying to renegotiate. Oh, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are negotiating, yes. Should I buy some Jim Green boots really fast before midnight? If you're here in the States, yeah, man. I'm serious, yeah. Go buy them. Go right now. Buy them. If you want Jim Green boots, get them before the prices go up. If they haven't already jacked them up. Yeah. Tell them what's in that stuff. Arctic, it's rare that I give moderators timeouts, but I'm tempted right now to give one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hello to everybody out here. By the way, I did put out a video. I noticed other people putting out videos and topics that I talk about in my news. So I've noticed other content creators are watching my news, or someone's telling them what I've said in my news, and then other content creators are getting videos off the subjects that I talk about in my news. So I made a video tonight about a topic I've talked about several times, the blame game, and hopefully people will watch it. So we'll see what happens. It just came out a few minutes ago, and it has a few hundred views already, thankfully. It'd be nice if it had tens of thousands. Those days seem to be gone, but I miss those days. Let me see. The hate wankers aren't here because I haven't got a dislike yet. Okay. All right. Cool beans. All right. So, yeah. Brett Setsim saw it. Okay, Brett's out there. Is Brett watching this? He saw that video. I wonder if he's here watching this. Brett's a busy guy. I'm looking at my videos. How we doing? I haven't had too many this past week because I was busy traveling. Yeah, busy traveling. So not many. Yep. For the prepare. I did a lot of shorts, though. By the way, folks, let me show you how demonic YouTube is. You ready for this? Check this out. All right. Video editing is progress. My Stray Voltage Night Owls edition, 21 May 2021. Just a month after I started this new channel. 21 May 2021. Guess what I got tonight? A copyright claim. I got a copyright claim for a video that's 4.5 years old, or 4 years and 3 months old. 2022, 23, 24, 25. You're never safe on YouTube. 4.5 years ago, I get a copyright claim. I'm not making this stuff up, folks. If you think I'm making it up, there it is right there. Your video copyright details. Stray Voltage, Night Owls Edition, maybe. 21 May 2021. Freaking YouTube, man. I swear to goodness. Work People, Madeline Lessing, Christopher Mayer, Kratos Tuns, Theo Holmes. Theo, okay, by the way, Theo, that reminds me, I think you're one of the guilty parties here. That's not a bad thing, though. I deleted 25,000 email messages that I've received since April 13th when I went to South Africa. So May, June, July, a little over 3 months, I've just deleted 25,000 messages that I previously deleted. So I go through my mail, I read as much as I can, I leave a lot in there, and then I delete them later. This is the first time I deleted those messages in my box since then. 25,000 messages. And amongst that, I found at least 200 unsolicited, never asked for emails from people whom I didn't know, who sent me things to that email account, which I didn't share with anybody. Many of them had never answered. I've never seen these messages. So some people are probably pissed off at me but I've cautioned people. It's obvious to me that most of the people sending me emails to that account don't watch this program. Theo, you're in there. You're one of them that does watch the program. Thank you for that. But most of those people don't watch the program and send me messages. Oh yeah, I watch your program. No, you don't. Because if you do, you know that the email address is allaboutafrica2021@gmail.com, not the one you sent it to. So you're sending messages to an account where I don't read those messages. It's like the people sent me messages to my Outlook. That's just for PayPal. So please follow the directions that I give on how to contact me. You gum up the works, and if you don't get a response, your feelings shouldn't be hurt because no one asked you to send anything to that address, okay? Just like all the people sending me messages on WhatsApp. Some people politely ask, can I send you a message? Okay, thank you. But other people just spam my box, and I'm not getting any of your messages now. If you're not in my address book, it's not coming in. Meta is blocking it because too many of you sending me stuff. And that's fine with me. If I don't know you, I didn't ask you to write to me, and you're asking something of me. You know, what I find fascinating is that people write to me, they ask something of me, I don't respond, they get bent out of shape, and then they're mad at me. I don't work for you. You don't pay me. I mean, I only have so much life. I deleted 25,000 email messages tonight. 25,000. And that's just a start. I have 394,000 other messages in my account that I haven't deleted. Most of those will get deleted. And now that I've got to clean up my email account. All right, so Ulrich Venter, Gordon von Runsberg, Angelique, Sloth Puppy, Alba, Chris Stander, Brian Lawrence, Husky 7, Tuns Kotza, Thea Geezer, Mental Chewing Gum, Ronell Cloti. Hello, Ronell. Arctic, AJ Quinn. Shawnee is in from Minnesota. Clean the floors. Oh, okay. That kind of sounds sucky. Herman Fourie, Esmeralda Pretorius, Richard Kuhn, Emerencia Quinn, Charles Van Onsen, the voice of reason, Regina Fleury, Nikki. Okay, I said nicely. Nikki McCormick. Sorry, Nikki. No, I got it right. Gordon says the rand is dropping. Keith Blonde, welcome to you. Dogzilla's back from the West Coast. Rebecca, Momo. Fonz is in. Jean Kotza. Husky. By the way, later today, it's now almost Friday, so still tomorrow for me, but later today for South Africans, the Cheetahs are playing the Pumas. I will be covering that Rugby Senate. I haven't set that up yet. I have to do that before I go to bed tonight. Yep, got that to do. But I want to make a couple more videos before I go to bed if I'm not too tired. Devald, Von Rienen, Jan Kotze, Loretto, welcome to you. Multipass, Leilu Dallas, Multipass. Loretta already said, who else we got here? Mitten, hello to Mitten. Lots of rabbits here in Michigan. Okay. Mitten, you wouldn't happen to be someone I helped get over to the States, would you, Mitten? Just asking. You seem surprised there's rabbits in Michigan. Lots of rabbits all over America. Since last night is now Faku Friday. It's Friday, so you guys know it's FAFO. Expatriate family, Joubert, Charmaine Fenter, Janine Williams, Martin Fundameva, Dirk Kutsia, Jerry, 787 Dreamliner, Woke is dead. Now more walking on eggshells around people. George Soros implicated Russia hoax. Oh, that's a story tonight too, which isn't being covered by the online media. I'm telling you that is a huge story. The more information that's been put out tonight about the corruption in the Biden administration, wow. And all they're talking about is tariffs and Israel. There's nothing here in any of the media talking about this. Nothing at all talking about it. This is incredible. This is incredible. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. No one's talking about it except Fox News. Fox News is talking about it, folks. They're talking about it big time. Yep. Fox News. By the way, we are just crawling along. I know we're being shadow banned here. I'm sorry. I'm not complaining. I'm not crying about it. But let me tell you, we've gone nowhere with subscribers. Let me show these count. The count has been stuck Hit 109,000 since July 23rd. A week. We haven't gained 1,000 subscribers in a week. That's a slow growing channel for one this size. Yep, we definitely took a hit. And we took a lot of hits yesterday evening. Got almost no views. After we were getting a lot of views, it just dropped off. It never really picked back up today, except for my live stream. It's really been atrocious today. So we're going to have a bad day. Going to have a bad day. So had a good day revenue-wise on Wednesday, surprisingly. But we're going to have one Thursday. So we're going to fall short on the revenue for the month. But hey, that's life. You know, thank God I don't need that money to pay the bills. All right. Woke is dead. No, it's not dead. It's not dead. It'll still thrash. A wounded beast is a dangerous one. Had a good time on Delta, didn't we? Oh, Arctic, did you pay attention? Did you see what happened on Delta? Oh my goodness. No, I didn't. They delayed my flight 5 times that was going to take me to Detroit, which was my preference over going through Atlanta because I hate Atlanta. And so 5 times. And I wound up, I'm not going to make my connections. So they put me on a flight to Atlanta that was leaving the gate next to where I was at. And that flight was supposed to leave at 6:14, but it didn't leave at 6:14. We boarded at 5:45. We're all on the plane before 6 o'clock. And then just as we're about to pull away, they're like, oh, there's been a ground stoppage in Atlanta. I think they had lightning or something like that. All the flights were delayed. So we sat on the plane for almost 3 hours. Wouldn't let us off the plane. Oh, and then they said they were going to open the door. So they pulled back to the ramp to open the door when they found it was another delay. And they went to open the door and they broke the door. They broke the door. So I had to get a maintenance guy. Then they told us, well, there's no maintenance guy. Then the maintenance guy came and fixed another plane. He says, look over here. They're fixing the American Airlines plane. As soon as he's done, he's come fix our plane. So this engenders a lot of confidence. Okay. And then we finally left 3 hours later. We flew to Atlanta. And here I am with a bum hip carrying heavy bags trying to run through the airport, get to the train, and they've reduced the number of trains. Every freaking flight at Atlanta, Jackson, Hartsfield Airport is delayed. And they've got I don't know how many thousands, tens of thousands of people trying to get from place to place, and they've reduced the number of trains. How stupid is this? Have you ever heard of surge operations? You know, you have people on call, you bring them in, or you keep people longer on shifts. You have that in their contract, employment, so that you can keep them for overtime if you need more people. No. So I was jammed into a train like in Japan during Typhoon Hagibis, people like this close. And then they went right past the C terminal. People like, what the hell? I'm getting off here. Nope. And fortunately, I got off the B terminal. So then I got up to my gate, and I walked up and said 10 o'clock's leaving, but it's past 10 o'clock. And they said, no, it's delayed. So I went and got something. I came back. It's scheduled to leave at 11:45. Except it doesn't leave at 11:45. The plane is broken, so they have to replace the plane. So there's another broken plane. So here we are waiting. And after 11 o'clock, they say, it's change of gates. You need to go to D12. D12? I started at D10. So I ran through the airport for nothing, where there's actually food and places open when I was there. So then we get on the plane. It gets better. It gets better. We finally get on the plane. It's supposed to leave at midnight. We're on the plane, and then we're not going anywhere. Like, what the hell's going on? So suddenly maintenance guys come on the plane. Like, what the hell's going on here? Well, someone went in the toilet and the door broke. They couldn't get out. This is like a South African Airways operation. So they got the guys, and they finally got the person out of the toilet. As they're walking back off the plane, they stopped in the first class section. They're bent over and they're doing something. They pulled tools out. The chair was not secured properly in the first class. Their chair was loose. So we're going to fly with a broken toilet and a loose chair. We left at 12:45. We got to Harrisburg at almost 2:30, and I got home at 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh my goodness. Yeah, a bit of Monty Python there. Dead, bring out your dead. That'd be the South African economy. How's Iran doing? Well, it's going down. Kirkland wants to buy those Jim Greens. Do please buy them. I hear he's stuck in Canada. Oh, Canada, our home and native land. True patriot love in all thy sons command. Anyway. Some government will be waiting for negotiations. Right? Yeah, I'm sorry, Laura. They are waiting for negotiations. You lost a bet, Arctic. Go for it. I can give myself one. Fluffy Navel, well, what's going on? That's a drink, isn't it? Alan Kotzik, Karen Lung. Andre Clausen, hello to you. Yes. Have no fear, ladies and gentlemen. The government of National Unity is sending their advisor. That's right. They're sending an advisor over now. So, You're having a great impact on influence and content in news. Yeah, I am Sloth Puppy because people stealing my content, my analysis, and using it all over. It's hilarious. News 24 ran a story which refuted things that I refuted the previous day. There's no way that that's a coincidence, folks. No way that's a coincidence. I love it. You know, News 24, I'll give credit. They never said anything bad about me. They're one of the few. So I got to give them a break. How many of what had spelling errors? The emails? Arctic, you've never sent me any Born My Sea pics. If you had, I would never say a bad thing about you. You've never sent me a single Born My Sea pic. Nice try. I came in 10 minutes after start, but first watch your latest clip on the tariffs and blaming them. How was that, Xavier? Did you like that? It's a rather long one. Werner Kurtz, hello to you. Husky. Dal Breedenhan. Interesting name. Welcome to you, Dal. I'll see all the emails I saw online of yours to make you aware of what's available in public. My first email was the one on your YouTube channel. So, Theo, I'm not sure what you're talking about. No idea how if you find time to read all those emails. I'm just glad that whenever I ask something, I actually get a reply. Yeah, expat families, you better. I try, but it's a hell of an effort here. I've got other things. I've got a trip to plan for. I finally booked my my appointment for my sports medicine physical. You're gonna love this. So I came back from South Africa, barely able to walk, and I went to military medicine, and I couldn't get an appointment. So my appointment was 7 weeks later, on July 17th. All right, so July 17th. So I went on July 17th, and I got an X-ray there at the clinic because they have an X-ray machine. But I get a telephonic consult on August 8th to tell me what the X-ray says, if there's anything. They also scheduled an MRI. I have the authorization for that, the referral, and they give me a referral for sports medicine. So today, finally, I took care of myself, and I called the sports medicine. First off, the doctor that's listed on here, Scott Lynch, is retired. Well done, TRICARE. You referred me to a doctor that doesn't exist, okay? And then they mentioned this place, but the place was bought out by Penn State Medicine. So the referral may not be good because it's in the wrong name. And this is what they gave me. Okay, so then I call, and they say they're going to send me to so-and-so and so-and-so. Dr. Kumar. The Kumar is at number 11. Dr. Kumar is the doctor I'm going to see. If I want to see an Indian doctor, I could go to South Africa, okay? All right, just saying. Nothing against Dr. Kumar. I'm sure he's fantastic. I hope so because I'm going to see him. But I won't see Dr. Kumar. Wait for it. Wait for it. When do you think I'll see Dr. Kumar? Today is July 31st, okay? Now, to be fair, there was an appointment a little bit earlier, a week earlier, but I couldn't make it because I have consulting, so I won't be able to break away. I will be able to see Dr. Kumar on, wait for it, 30 October. The injury that I've been dealing with, unable to walk properly since April, means I won't be seen until frickin' November. November. That's state medicine. That's government-run medicine. That's not private. If I had a private provider, I would be seen already. But I have to wait till frickin' November to see this doctor. Why? Because this state is full of immigrants that are illegal, that were brought here by the Biden regime, clogging up our system. And it's state-run medical. 30 October. And then I'm going to see a sports medicine guy. I don't even know if I need to see a sports medicine guy. The MRI might say that I have to have a surgery. I don't know. So how long do I have to suffer? And how much more damage do I have to do to this injury? This is stupid. Stupid people. Loretta, it's okay. I know you send me WhatsApp. That's not the issue. You guys are completely missing the boat here. I'm just explaining to you. I've told people over and over again not to send email to any email address except the one that's associated with this account. If you send it somewhere else, you're not going to get a response. I mean, I found messages from 6 months ago from people on my Outlook account. I don't respond to that. The songs on Spotify should be there. I loaded them up today. Let me see. Okay, Spotify. Okay. Come on. Let's slow it. Okay, see more. Show all. Okay. Tariff, the Blues there, Stay Off My Lawn, and Alabama Heat are all on Spotify. I'm going to play it from Spotify right now. Alabama Heat, yep. Yeah, here you go. It's all on there, folks. Copy. This is available for the public, so I'll put it over here and you can see it. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't there when you were at dinner, but I loaded these up earlier today, so it should have been there when you went looking for it. So there's DJ Silver Eagle, Tariff, D-Day Blues, Stay Off My Lawn, and Alabama Heat. Yeah, man, stay off my lawn.
Stay off my lawn, it's not a campsite. No FEMA tents, no late night fights. No refugees, no wild parades. This castle's mine, no renegades. Hit the road, Jack, don't spin me tail. Your liberty's lost like rusty nails.
Rusty nails.
Stay off my lawn. Keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no biltong.
No biltong.
No fires, no song. Sorry, not sorry, stay off my lawn. Keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no biltong.
No biltong.
No fires, no song.
Don't be doing your laundry.
Sorry, stay off my lawn. Lawn.
My lawn.
Not sorry, stay off.
Not sorry. Get off my lawn, refugees.
Drying laundry on my hedge fence. Drawing crowds with your nonsense. This ain't a stage, it's my domain. Take your drama down the lane. Pitch your tent where the shadows fall. Not on my grass, not by my wall. No soapbox speeches, no rally calls. This yard's a fortress you can install.
Stay off my lawn.
Keep it moving, keep
Be
it
gone.
No flags, no biltong. No fires, no song. Sorry, not sorry, stay
Off my lawn.
Keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no biltong.
No biltong.
No fires, no song.
No fires, no
Sorry, not
songs.
sorry, stay off my lawn.
My lawn.
Sorry, not sorry, stay off.
My lawn. Stay off my lawn. Keep your FEMA tents to yourself. None of your nonsense with your FEMA tents. No biltong making on my lawn. Don't be drying your laundry in my grass. Stay off the wall. Stay off my lawn.
Stay off my lawn.
Yeah, boys, bring it home.
Keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no biltong. No fires, no song. Sorry, not sorry, stay off my lawn. Keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no biltong. No fires, no song. Sorry, not sorry, stay off my lawn. My lawn.
My lawn. Stay off.
Sorry, not sorry.
Not sorry.
My lawn, my lawn. My lawn. Sorry, not sorry. Oh,
Kingston version. Jamaica Boys. Well, folks, that's right there on Spotify. That's where I played it from. So, Philip says, must hope Pennsylvania doesn't become a sanctuary city, then your lawn is going to get crowded. Well, it would have to be a sanctuary state. What about frogs, Husky? What are you talking about, frogs? Idiocy movie theme loading, okay? Put special 7th October, it's a 5-month waiting period. Yeah, Gordon, but you're in South Africa where they've broken healthcare. We don't have broken healthcare here. I just have state-run healthcare, and I'm screwed. Yep. Blame us, shame us, rewrite the name, the coalition drunk on the blame game. Oh, that's good. Yeah, Jean Kutza said it's there. You like Stay Off My Lawn, which I just played. Peter Sisvar Vanga, Sirs Vanga, welcome to you, brother. How's it going? Okay, Jacqueline Langton is there. Hey, Jay, what's up? What's up, Jay? What about the Cook Sisters? What about Cook Sisters, man? I don't really like that. It's just not my cup of tea. Okay, so Weatherman says Stay Off My Lawn. Does that mean I don't get... Listen, dude. All right. So, Earl, you listening, brother? You're working. You make enough money to pay the rent to use one of my rooms. I can rent your room when you visit. No problem. None of this South African hospitality where people just offer you free rooms. I can rent your room. I mean, you're making enough money. You got a job, man. You got a job. You got a nicer car than I got. You got a nicer place than I ever lived when I was a kid. You're good to go, man. As a refugee adapting quite well to America. So, no, you're welcome. Yeah, I'll charge you for the room. Not a problem, man. And I do accept credit cards. I don't take crypto, though, just in case you're wondering, okay? Mark says, World Tariff Day. What does Cyril have cooked up as an explanation for his failures? Well, I'll tell you what he has. Cyril will start playing Shaggy today. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Picture this. We were both butt naked there on the bathroom floor. Honey walked in. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Cyril, it wasn't me. Okay, I can't use it wasn't me, but I can say it's not my fault. It's not my fault. That'll be the song we do tonight. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Cyril says, it's not my fault. We'll have to do a reggae one or a country for that one, yeah. Thank you for $5 super chat there, Mark. I do appreciate that very, very much. It's kind of you. Very kind of you. All right, so where are we at over here? Oh, this thing is spinning. What's going on over there? What's going on? Come on, YouTube. Are you acting up? Am I way behind in chat, or is this thing behind? I think that's dead to me. So let me just look and see if I can't get that elsewhere. Okay, that's working. Whew. I had a little trouble with the artificial intelligence tonight, folks. None of them were working properly, so I couldn't get the image I wanted for that video I just posted. Oh, come on. Now YouTube's not loading. You turd balls. Turd balls. Okay, so acting up. Okay, we can come inside. 6 p.m. Alabama heat. Stay off my lawn wasn't, so the missus just went through what's there. She really digs meerkat, jellyfish, and heart. Ah, yeah, cool. Okay, cool. The Colonel Live is a funny one. He will have no explanation, just BS come out of his mouth. Yes. Yes, no, we've looked at this. We're working with the Americans. That this all comes down to a threat to our sovereignty. The Americans are telling us what to do after giving us all this money for all these years and us looking the other way and turning our back on them. Now there's a consequence, but it's all their fault because they're racist. I only share lawns with men who don't mix beer and Coke. Yeah, I don't fly with pilots who drink in the cockpit. I'm just saying. That went out in the 1940s, man. The barnstorming era was over by the 40s, and no more of that drinking in the cockpit. Yeah, Arctic is just jealous he can't have a tasty Polana Weizen. That's the bottom line. Oh, good. Happy family, says Jay. Okay. You better discuss these roommates with wife 310 before you make the offers. Well, I maintain residences in several states and African countries, so it's going to be okay. You got to have a day planner. You mix things up, make sure you're here at the right time there. Got to work it out. All right. Oh, Arctic says, Corey, precis. Yeah, that means precisely. Okay. As I said before, you may not want us there, but once you get a whiff of steak and fried cookies, we'll see. Ramaphosa also didn't know there's potholes in Joburg. Yeah, apparently that was news to him. But, Mr. President, have they told you where this is? I've never seen this before. Which Trump says, it's in South Africa? Because I was high, that's right. I was going to fix the roads, but then I got high. I was going to play, I was going to fund the Springboks, but then I got high. I was going to fix education, but then I got high. We were going to vote for no confidence, but then I got high. Then I got high. I'm not a Warsteiner person, folks. Anyone ever have a dream so vivid actually? Oh, yes, Gordon. Oh, I've had plenty of those. Yep. Also get deja vu. I had deja vu the other day. It's pretty wild. Only beer makes foam. Drink a beer, shandy drink with Sprite. There you go. You can't call that beer. Oh, I can call it beer. It's called a Schussbier. And it's fabelhaft. Ja, ich habe schon seit 1984 in Bad Kreuznach in Canopy sowas getrunken. So diese Zeit, das kostet, ich glaube, 4 Mark. Und 4 Mark, das war weniger als $2. Und ja, und wir haben auch fabelhaft Musik gehabt. Zum Beispiel Laura Branigan mit Self-Control. Ja, es war unglaublich. Und in 84, das war also während der Zeit der Olympischen Spiele in Los Angeles. Incredible. Yeah. Hopefully get discharged from oncology today after E. coli. Oh my gosh. Oh God bless it, Anthony. I'm so sorry to hear that. Thank you for the 140 Rand super chat. E. coli. Oh, gosh. Greetings. Flooding in your areas? Mike, no flooding here. Supposed to be a lot of rain tonight. If the power goes out, folks, it's not Escom. And it's not First Energy, which is my Mad Ed, my energy provider. It's the storms, which could knock the power out. But we've got some serious storms supposed to take place tonight, but I haven't seen any rain hit here yet. Have you got flooding, Mike? Mike is 2 hours east of me here in Philadelphia. Let me check on something else. I'm waiting to hear from somebody. Nope, didn't get a response. Just double checking. You're sipping away on that cold cup of coffee. Okay. See, every time he drinks, this cock, the German comes out. Yeah, the problem with the German, you don't like the Germans, have you? Yeah, it was the Germans who gave you guns in the Boer War. The Germans gave you guns and ammunition. Without the Germans, the war would have ended much sooner. No, we have a storm alert until 1 a.m. here. Philly's going to get it tonight. Yeah, some nearby, but not in my... Okay, gotcha. Down, 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 down. Theo, what's going on? Get off my lawn. Stay off my lawn. Sorry, not sorry. So long. Stay off my lawn. Oh, yeah. Stay off my lawn. Let's see if I can get this to work now. So many awful surgical stuff. Yeah, amazing. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, lots of people going through all kinds of medical stuff, which really sucks. I'm really sorry to hear that. Let's try to open this in a new tab, see if it works. It's not working. Don't mention the Germans. Ja, was denn ist das solche Scheiße hier? Das funktioniert überhaupt nicht. Ja, YouTube, das ärgert mich. Ja, wir haben viele Probleme mit YouTube. Neue Fenster und gar nichts. Gar nichts. Funktioniert nicht. Das ist ja ärgerlich. Nope, nothing's happening there. Ugh, so frustrating. Cooling off. That'd be nice because it's been pretty toasty hot here. I meant awful allergy. Oh, gotcha. Down, down, down. What is Theo? What's going on here, man? What are you talking about? Have I ever been to Oktoberfest? I have, Mark. I went to Oktoberfest once, and it was enough. And my Oktoberfest was pretty incredible. Went with some friends. Pretty interesting. 1984, not long after I got to Germany, a few months later, we drove down in a rental car, and the guys driving took the wrong turn, and we drove to Kaiserslautern. We went all the way to Kaiserslautern. These twits, we went 45 minutes the wrong way, turned around and went back. By the time we got down towards Stuttgart and turned towards Pforzheim and went east towards Munich, we got there late. We stayed at a little like motel outside of Munich, and like 8 of us piled in one hotel room. And we got up in the morning, went into Munich, we parked downtown somewhere, and we walked god-awful long distance to get to the Oktoberfest. We got there. We were at the Hofbräuhaus tent, and, they're on the tables dancing, and the barmaids are coming out carrying like a dozen freaking liters of beer. And I was sitting at a table with these guys speaking funny German. And I was been in Germany for a few months, so I spoke some German. And I got a really wild flag up there. I'm like, that looks like the Southwest Africa flag. Now, this is 84, so it was still Southwest Africa. But there were Germans from Southwest Africa at Oktoberfest in 1984, and it was a whole bunch of them. And it was awesome. It was really cool. I've been to the Oktoberfest grounds many times, but there's usually nothing going on there. But once was enough. You know, it's not something you need to do multiple times. I did it, and it was a blast. 84 was awesome. Now, who knows what it's like. Probably cost you 20 euros for a damn beer. Yep. Oh, my goodness. Germans, VW, BMW, Audi, Merc. Mauser, Eisbein, Bockwurst, Hofbräu, yeah, need I say more, yep. Ja, und die Frauen auch. Down your beer, Chris, that's what's going on. Fucking Terry. That's what happened to me last night. Once the plane landed, everyone was staring at me, holding signs, go home, you don't deserve our taxpayers' money. I suppose hearing it daily was me wondering. Where were you at, Gordon? Staph Coccus aureus in hospitals. Yeah, that's why I don't like hospitals. First time I've seen the Colonel drink anything other than Starbucks. Well, Lynette, I drink tea on the show. I've drank V8 cocktail juice. Yeah, I do this rarely because it sends Arctic into fits. And Hendo's not here. I hope Hendo's okay. I've seen much of Hendo lately. Yeah, Julie, it was on your list, but it's no longer. I got you. I wouldn't want to go there either. Probably get robbed and assaulted. Who knows? All right. So we've caught up there. Ooh, Haley Senecal just gave 10 memberships. I like your little pussycat. That's a lovely picture there. Prices have already skyrocketed, even the local Southern products. Fat cats are going to get even fatter. I think you're right about that. And there's no reason for products to go up in South Africa. You know why? Because there's no tariffs on the products coming in. It's tariffs here in the U.S. Okay, this is not working. What is the deal here? File. Let me try a new window. New window. Email from the president. I'm sure that's something nonsensical. All right, and there's all the memberships coming in. Thank you all for joining, and thank you for Haley for giving those memberships. Yeah, I can't load the YouTube studio. This is just total nonsense. I'm so sick of this crap. PooTube is not working. Let me try Brave. Shoot, none of them are here. Well, that sucks. I can't use Brave. I don't have it set up properly for that. Maybe I can use the other one. Let me try Chrome. See if I'm set up on that. I don't want YouTube music. I want YouTube. Come on, man. That's not a good sign. Sign in. Nope, nothing there, so I can't use that. Did I have Edge set up for it? Let's try that. I think there's something going on with Firefox that is out of date or something like that. YouTube. There we go. Let's see if I'm signed in on this one. Okay, sign in. Nope. Use another account. Let's try that. I gotta look up a password now. See if I got it here. Oh, very annoying. YouTube. I don't think I have it saved here. Crazy stuff. See if this works. Let's see if this works. Where are we at there? Come on over here, boys. There we go. Okay, it looks like it's going to be good. Come on. Yes, it's me. What's the number? Who called me? Scam. All right, I'm in over here. Let me get to my studio on this side. There we go. All right, so I got it over here now. All right, now I can see you guys. It's working. Okay, cool. Man, what a pain in the butt that was. And I switched to another browser. Something going on with Firefox just doesn't want to play nice. All right, sorry for that detour, folks. Oh, George Steinberg gave 350 Rand. Heckport, George. What's going on, man? What's going on? Right. So Haley gave memberships. And then when a South African says drink, we mean, and you're referring to alcohol. Sends me into fits now that I know what the hell you're drinking. Well, Corey, you're going to have to relax. I'm drinking it. You're not. People put Coke in wine. That's disgusting. I'm in South Africa and I think Trump can do enough. Cool. Canada's currently flirting with Trump's full attention. They don't want that smoke. They are. Your cheeks are red from the beer. No, my cheeks are red from washing my face and from rosacea. I washed my face, which was oily just before this. You can see I'm breaking out because I didn't take, when I was traveling, I didn't take the doxycycline because I don't like taking antibiotics. And for 3 days not taking antibiotics, my face is, the rosacea has come back. So this is not from the beer. This is from rosacea. And I just washed my face before the broadcast because it was oily. That's why my face is red. Okay? Americans must come make a coup. I don't think that's going to happen. So thank you for the 50 Rand super chat. It's awesome. Last day of the month. Anything I can get is great to help push up that revenue. That's why no one knows Firefox. What do you mean no one knows Firefox? I've been using Firefox for years. Stay far away from Oktoberfest. Left one to go watch Bucks test. Woke at 1 a.m. next morning. Had to watch highlight. It's no wonder he's not getting the signs on the road very well. Ha. Funny, Theo. Anyway, all refugees arriving in America need to take the Colonel bottle of wine. What is American wine like? American wine is okay. California wines. We have plenty of wine here, surprisingly, in Pennsylvania, but I don't drink it. I don't drink wine very much. In fact, all the bottles of wine and the 2 bottles of Amarula that I bought last week, untouched. Portuguese peoples do that Coke and wine thing. It's not disgusting, Philip. It's not at all. It's German. It's very tasty. Stripper chats. I don't do stripper chats. Nope. All right, what else we got here? Coke and wine. Yeah, Katemba is pretty sad. There's a super chat from Jan Kosa. Play Jellyfish. You want to play Jellyfish, Way? We can do that. Anything you need to come here and get the job done, says Rikus. Okay. West Ram making the Miss Cape Town win is howling. Don't tell him to strip after he drinks. I'm off to the pub. Chris motivated me at this hour. When I come over, we'll have to drink together, says Tony Pretorius. Okay. Katemba, yes. A song for you guys to cheer you up. Okay. Play us Jellyfish. Okay, hang on, I'll get there. Luke, don't use caps. American wine is red. No, we have white wines. Not Bach and Terry. We have plenty of white wines. We have Chardonnays. Yep. I don't like Belgian beers. No. Charles thinks I bought the Amarula for him. No, I bought it to avoid the tariffs. I bought it before the tariffs kicked in. Some Petzers group looks like Taiwan also want to follow sanctions. Well, Haley, you missed it here. I reported it first. But I didn't make a video about it. See, I'm not making just constant videos, and maybe that's why my viewership is plummeting. I talked about it a couple days ago. And I talked about it when the issue came up back in March, when they first threatened. And that's another reason. I've listed as one of the reasons why. In fact, it's right there. Let me find that. It's one of the reasons why the U.S. is pissed off at South Africa, because they're acting against our interest and our friends and partners and allies. And Taiwan is one of them. Let me go back and find that in February. I'll find that list of things that I'll put up on the screen. There's a PowerPoint slide that I made of the grievances we have. And I've been talking about it. But I just talked about this the other day. I said that Taiwan has threatened to not give them semiconductors. Okay, come on, we're getting there. Get a little closer. Yep, I've been all over that Taiwan story since it broke. Okay, where the hell's it at? I can't find the damn thing. It's here somewhere. I went too fast. It's got to be around here somewhere. It's not it. It's close. Refugee resettlement. There it is. Okay. Actions against the U.S. Which one is it? Come on. It's here somewhere. Come on. Oh, there it is. There it is, right there. Got it. It's at the bottom. Last comment here. Okay, this is ANC's actions against the U.S. So I put this out a long time ago. At the bottom, demanded Taipei close its diplomatic mission and move to a trade mission from Hatfield to Joburg. That's back when I first put those. When did I put those together? Let me see. I put that together. What's the date on that bad boy? That would be properties. February 14th. February 14th, I mentioned that. So, yeah. So it was before March that they did it. So February 14th when I put up there. Pretty frosty in Cape Town. Okay. Leona Wadley, what's going on there? My coffee now tastes horrible. Sorry to hear that. I was given a recipe to make Cape Velvet. Don't know that. Drinking seems to be a sport in South Africa. It's a sport in Ireland, man. You want to think you can drink? Watch the Irish, man. 10 minutes left for South Africa trade deal. 10 minutes left to make our spray deal. 10 minutes left. Oh my goodness. I have this here somewhere. I'm looking for this. Wait a second here. I feel I can find what I'm looking for here. No, that's not it. Why is this not here? Currently Red, you served a long time. What was your favorite uniform? Did you have OD fatigues? Yeah, I'll get that in a second. Hang on. I'll get that in just a second. Thank you for asking. That's a good question. Thank you for the $5 super chat, by the way. Excuse me, guys. It's a call from the past. Hello? Yes. No, you've not reached the U.S. Trade Representative. No, this is Colonel Wyatt. I'll take the call. Sure. Collect from Cape Town? Okay. Who is it? Parks Tao. Okay, I'll take the call. Yes, good morning, Mr. Minister. You're up pretty early this morning. It's not even 6 a.m. Oh, I understand the urgency of things. But I'd recommend that you actually call the White House. I mean, the Situation Room. Don't call me. I mean, look, I know that you have your staff watch my program, and I've been warning you for a long time, but now you're finally taking it seriously. But, I mean, literally, you have less than 8 minutes before the clock runs out. Yeah. Well, dude, it's not my fault. Look, listen, Mr. Tao, I've got to congratulate you and compliment you. At the Oval Office in May, Inchivini Kumbutsu was an asswipe. She was rude and disrespectful with a smirking look on her face the whole time that the Kill the Boer was playing. Then we saw John Steenhuisen, just happy to be there, busy, licking the boots of his boss, Cyril Ramaphosa, and covering for him. But you, Mr. Minister, you were the most appropriate person in that entire ANC delegation. You were, I know it's an ANC delegation. John Steenhuisen's part of the ANC. He's junior ANC. He's got a card, man, junior ANC. Anyway, so Minister, I'm sorry to interrupt you. No. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. May I call you Parks? Thank you, sir. Parks, listen, it's game over, man. It's like Aliens. I don't know if you're keeping score, man. We just got our asses kicked. It's game over, dude. It's game over. Yeah. Okay. No, but seriously, it's too late, man. It's too late. No, it's true. It's true. No, what I'd suggest is that you talk to Cyril and you tell him he screwed up. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you tell him to get screwed. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that was Parks Tao, the Minister of Trade, No Trade for South Africa. Yep. Kathy Price is trying to make sense of the whole thing. You can't make sense of it. It's the ANC. Nothing that happens makes sense. Cornelius, what's going on? Parks Tao. No deal. No soup for you. Lobster bisque. No soup for you. Stay off my lawn, Parks. Stay off my lawn. Sorry, not sorry. No, stay off my lawn. No biltong, no songs. As he starts to drink beer more often. It's not the beer. There's like no alcohol here. Do you know they shrank the freaking bottles by 40%? The cheating bastards. The price of 12 bottles of this crap went from $24 to $43, and the bottle shrank by 40%. It's ridiculous. They're not even pony size now. It's outrageous. It's such a ripoff. This is where you're supposed to fill a beer. It's supposed to be half a liter. That's what the bottles were before, half a liter, all the way up to here. Now it only comes up to here. And since it's wider up here, that's a lot more disappear. So yeah, bastards. When did this start? Well, like it always starts at 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. Who among South Africans will be helped by the tariffs? Dogzilla, you will be obsessed by that. Who will be helped? The ANC. They'll blame Trump. They'll blame racism. They'll attack AfriForum, and fools will buy into it. Like our chocolate. Next song, Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. Yeah, that's right, folks. We're ticking down. It's a Firefox problem. I don't think it's a YouTube thing. It's a Firefox because it just ain't working. So let me see if I can get to YouTube. No, I can't get to YouTube. Oh, there we go. Okay, come on. It might just all be. It might also be RAM. Oh yeah, that's the problem. RAM. I've got a lot of. That's part of the problem. I got 15. Okay, I need to close some stuff. That's the problem. I've got 15 gigs of RAM running right now on frickin' Firefox. It's being a memory pig. Okay, let's close this. See if that helps. That's part of the problem. I didn't realize how much I had open. Yeah, let's close that. I got a lot of windows open. Let's close that one. Okay, see if that makes it a little more palatable. Okay. Okay, boom. All right, that should reduce it a bit. Still not enough. Down to 12 gigabytes. Okay. Let's close this window. Okay. Now what happens? Still not. It's gone. That's gone up. I've reduced the number of windows and it's gone up. What the hell's going on? All right. Let's just close that one. All right. Now what? How are we doing now? Okay. Well, I can't close that one. That's the end of it. Okay. Now we're down to 3 megabytes. Maybe that's 3 gigabytes of memory. That might be part of the problem. New window. Okay. I went from 15 gigabytes to 3. That was eating up a lot of. It was a memory pig, man. That's a memory pig. Okay, that's what it was. It's not. It must be the memory. Okay. All right, cool. Now we're talking. All right. So what was I going to do? Oh, I got lost there. Oh, I know what it was. I wanted. That's why I want to get to YouTube. YouTube. I want to get to YouTube. Yep. But I've forgotten the song I wanted to play now. Oh yeah. There you go. There you go. There we go. That's what I wanted.
Hey!
Advert. I don't want that. All right. So we need a good song. I got a song for you, folks. But it was 5 minutes. Now we're down to 3 minutes. So down to 3 minutes. 3 minutes left. 5 minutes of funk. This ain't no junk. Pull your bottom off the tree stump. Ladies real pretty. City to city. Well, now we get down to the nitty gritty. From the bottom to the top to the bottom. 4 minutes left. 5 minutes of funk. Houdini, 1984. Star of a disco hour. Now, the party didn't start till I walked in, and I probably won't leave until the thing ends. But in the meantime and in between time, if you work your thing and I work mine, we came here together so we could have fun. Me and you, baby, going one-on-one. Now, this is the last chance for us to get off, so either get loose or you ought to get lost. Because I'm about to ready to do my thing because I'm a stone-cold New York rap machine. I'm going to give you what I got, and baby, that's plenty. And never has one man rock so many. I'm going to make you wet, make you sweat, just to see how funky you can get. Now, when I'm on the mic, I do serve well, and I go by the name of the rapper Jalil. Now, sit back, relax, and put on your headgear. Get ready for a trip to the atmosphere. Going to take you for a ride through the Twilight Zone. I don't need a spaceship. I use my microphone. So hold on tight with all your might, because I'll be rapping like this for the rest of the night. It's Jelly, a yo-yo master rapper, and when I'm on the mic, it's a sheer disaster, because MCs crumble when we rumble. Some think I'm soft just because I'm humble. So all you MCs, I hope you're real good listeners, because in this battle, I'm taking no prisoners. I'm slaying MCs right on the spot, because I'm the master of the rap, the doctor of the rock, the jack of all trades, the master of one. And the thing I master is called having fun. We got 3 minutes left to rock this funk. Actually, we got 1 minute left. 1 minute left. 1 minute left, folks. 1 minute. It's the final countdown. Europe, the final countdown. All right, folks. Actually, it's already 12 o'clock, and we're past 12 o'clock. That's wrong. That's behind. So it's time. There you go. Good morning, Syncmaster99. Welcome to Tariff World, South Africa. Welcome to Tariff World. Yep, the tariffs are here. Nah, that's behind. That's midnight. Yep. Wow. Yes, I know it's already passed. You're late typing that. That was a minute ago. Not going to be pretty. The door is closed. Yep. I forgot to tune in earlier. I guess it's a good night, Colonel. And everyone will say, what do you mean you forgot to tune in earlier? Okay, part 2. Whose birthday? Corey's got somebody's birthday? Your son? Okay, Corey. I don't know if I want to put that up. I'm not going to punish your son because you insulted my beer. But, I mean, if it was your birthday, we wouldn't do it because you insulted my beer. All right, let's get a cake up for the birthday boy. Come on, where you headed out there? Quit hiding on me. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Found it finally. So, guys, I mean, honestly, this whole thing with the tariffs. Why is that over there?
It's a trap.
Ah, shoot.
It's a trap.
Now it's messed up. I was trying to save that. Ugh, I hate that. It won't do it properly. Too short. Too short. Anyway. This is what South Africa needs to know.
You've got a problem.
Indeed, South Africa does have a problem. But onto the birthday cake. There's for the birthday boy. Happy birthday to him. Sir will just say the U.S. now forced South Africa to work more closely with China and Russia. Correct, Dirk. That is what he will say. White people in South Africa must just blatantly refuse BE and fight when confronted. Well, I don't disagree. Why did anyone need Trump's tariffs fight? Dogzilla, I really don't know where you're going with this. I mean, I don't understand how you can live in America and think it's appropriate for us to be the punching bag for the world. You know, when South Africa applies a 75% tariff on our exports of poultry to the country, that's not fair trade when we give them 0 tariffs. Oh, Charles, I love Doc Martin. Not my favorite show of all time, but one of them, yep. Yeah, Elon's been pretty quiet because he made a big mistake talking about starting a political party. Just made him look stupid. Joey from Vike is leaving. Sorry to see you go there, man. Sorry to see you go. It's a trap. It's a trap. Abu Akbar. Now I'm going to have to wait till I reopen this thing. That damn thing is... so when it... For some reason, when the software updated, it made it smaller and put it in the wrong place. All my stuff got moved around. And it has to stay open long enough for me to adjust it. If I adjust it after it opens, and it doesn't play nice. Very irritating. Anyway, so, I mean, look, it's time for a lighter-hearted moment, I think, folks. I mean, you know, sometimes a goat is just a goat, you know? It's not an effing goat, you know what I'm saying? It's not an effing goat.
A fucking goat outside.
It's just a goat.
No, it's a fucking goat.
That's never going to get old. Yeah, no, they're on West African time. That means that the tariffs will start in like a month. Stats confirmed 10% increase already, excluding the RFD program. Trump did not do it to South Africa. He did it for America. I'm glad Epstein revealed that Trump was in the Epstein files. Honesty is the best policy. Epstein didn't reveal anything. He's dead. You might have missed that, Grace. Epstein's dead. I'm sorry. He didn't reveal anything. And Trump, there is no Epstein files, and Trump is not in them. So thank you for sharing that. Nice thought there. Oh, Elon. Yeah, Elon's talking shit. You know what he's talking about. Let me ask you this question, Grace. How does Elon Musk know that Trump's in these? How does he have access to that? They're in the Justice Department's hand. Elon Musk doesn't work for the Justice Department. As part of Doge, he had no access to criminal cases. How would Elon Musk know this? Unless he committed a crime. He doesn't know anything. He's just talking out of his ass like he usually does. Yeah, the ram slipped already. You got one. Hey, there's a monkey on the car. Every song I've published is on Spotify, Haley. Every song I've published. Absolutely. Every song I've published is on Spotify. Yep, let me see. Why do people say it's not on Spotify? You're not looking very hard. Spotify. DJ Silver Eagle. That's not what I wanted. That's for artist. Come on. That's not what I want either. Come on. Spotify. Okay. So let me see. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. 39 songs on there. Every single song is on there, including what I was asked for earlier. I was asked to play Jellyfish Way.
Blue lights flash, they're out of sync. Promises fade.
They're all there, guys.
Wrong place, wrong time.
jellyfish way. Oh.
Floating promises drift away. South Africans cry, dismay, dismay. Dance through the night, we'll find our way.
Got that Babylon nightclub feel to it. Dance, techno. Yep, 35%.
Empty words, a hollow glow. Where's the change they used to show? Protests rise but miss the mark. In the shadows it's cold and dark. Oh, jellyfish sway. Ooh, yeah. Floating promises drift away. South Africans cry, dismay, dismay. Dance through the night, we'll find our way. Spin, spin, the tide rolls in. Lost in the chaos, where to begin? We're here, we will rise. We'll take the floor. We've seen this game, won't play no Oh, jellyfish way. Floating promises drift away. South Africans cry, dismay, dismay. Dance through the night, we'll find our way.
So, Kirtland Red asked a super chat question a little while ago. That was Jellyfish Way here on Radio Afterlife. Yes, in honor of the Democratic Alliance and its limp-wristed, weak-willed, wet noodle approach to governance in the coalition of the Government National Unity. Kirtland Red said, you served a long time. What was your favorite uniform? Battle dress uniform. Did you have OD fatigues? Olive drab. I did. Also had green pickle suit when I first came in, green field jacket, then BDUs with the big Elvis collars, then BDUs with the proper size, and BDUs with the fag buttons on the side, and summer weight BDUs. My favorite were the BDUs when they reduced the size of the collar so they weren't so outrageously large and made them thinner. So you weren't wearing basically blue jeans on your chest. So battle dress uniform was my favorite. Were you in Desert Storm? Yes, I was. 3rd Battalion, 8th Cavalry, 2nd Brigade, 3rd Armored Division. Major General Funk. General Higgins, or Brigadier, or Colonel Higgins was brigade commander. Lieutenant Colonel Tim Lufer was my battalion commander. I was the assistant S2. Did you have chocolate chip camo? I did have chocolate chip camo, but I didn't have it during the war. It wasn't issued that until after the war. We were told we couldn't fly home unless we were wearing chocolate chip fatigues. So the parades, but there weren't any parades. We were going to Germany, so it was bullshit. I had to get my fatigues. I went to a parking garage at Cement City after the war was over, long after it was over, when we finally got back in May, and I went down there and they issued me a pair of boots. They gave me a shirt that was too small and a pair of pants that wouldn't fit. I couldn't get them around my waist. I had a 30 to 31 inch waist. I couldn't get them around my waist. I don't know what the hell kind of size they were. Anyway, and the cap wouldn't go on my head. I only have a 7 1/8 hat, and it wouldn't go on my head because it was too small. So I was like, what am I supposed to do? And like, we have to have a uniform. I'm like, this is all they gave me. I haven't been back here chilling in the rear area like the rest of you guys, pogues. So I ran into a friend of mine who I knew from ROTC, a great friend of mine, my best friend from ROTC, James Palm, and he said, hey, so-and-so's over at the supply stuff. I said, huh, really? And it was a girl that he dated briefly, who'd been married at the time. Anyway, but a girl that he dated, and she was a lieutenant, and I went over and I knew her from ROTC. I said, hey, how's it going? And so I told her what happened. She said, no. She came and she told the NCOs to take care of me, and I got a proper size uniform. I still have those chocolate chip uniform. I never had the pecan sandies. They were ugly. That's the ones that came later. Some of the Air Force people wore those, but I did have the chocolate chips. I still have it. I still have my boonie hat, cap, got all that stuff. So yeah, there you go. Sorry it took me so long to answer your question, Kirtland Red, but that's, there you go. Thank you for the $5. Cool beans. Okay. All right. Local media will be peddling, we didn't get a trade deal because of the Israel case. Well, that's all lies. Exactly. That's what they'll say, Dinio. That's lies. You did not look at your screen, so how do you know? Call. Okay, I've already been there. Okay. Stay off the lawn, but the driveway and sidewalk is still, well, that's public space. I can't do much about that. Kus Furi says, do you think it may be true that Ron Posen may be sued? No, I don't. This is I don't know that's true. I look. I mean, this whole thing is a whole bunch of supposition. I know content creators are interviewing people that are spreading rumors, claiming they have evidence of this. But I mean, it begs credibility. I mean, you know, how does somebody in the UK have credible information? They're not a government source that claims that they know this stuff. And again, back to this whole story. I mean, I'm not saying it's not true. I haven't investigated, but let me ask you this question. So I throw water on this just to begin with, because why would Hamas tell the ANC that they were doing this? For what reason? Would the ANC have given them weapons? Would the ANC give them intelligence on where the Israeli positions were? How would they have done this? Why would they have told them? I mean, that's the dumbest thing ever. It doesn't make any sense. Not saying it's not possible, but it just doesn't make any common sense. I mean, folks, when you talk about things like this, you have to ask why. Who knew about the B-2s flying to Iran? Nobody, except a very close, tight-knit group of people for operational security. Hamas may be a terrorist organization, but it also has operational security concerns, particularly after the Israelis blew up all these people on pagers and cell phones all over the world. What an incredible intelligence operation that was. They blew them up all over the place. Hamas, there's no way. I can't believe it. So anyway. So if the U.S. 30% tariffs are based off 6%, that puts, I don't know what you're getting at, Xavier. Part 2, okay. Products will be the easiest solution, not be slashing all U.S. imports by 30%. Xavier, the tariffs don't apply to our stuff going to South Africa. It's only on your stuff coming here. Part 3, I think is the spending spree. Everyone wins, especially SARS. The tariffs are not on goods coming into South Africa. It's the other way around. I'm way behind here because I went looking for that super chat. Yeah, let Elon focus on populating Mars. Grace Abrams, I think we have tariffs to worry about. Yeah. She's trolling, and she got a timeout. Philip says, Professor G said yesterday you and he speak over the phone and that people shouldn't think there's any discord. Why does somebody think there's discord between Professor G and I? Who's starting that bullshit? Yes, we are in contact. We do chat, indeed. I also chat with Ronaldo. And you should chat with Big Daddy Liberty, but he works for the DA now, so he's pretty quiet. No, I think I saw a light go on for Ronaldo. Want to bet how long it takes before Ronaldo starts an Afrikaans DJ channel? You want to bet? He was a DJ. So you want to lay dollars or donuts that Ronaldo will soon have himself an Afrikaans AI channel. You want to bet? You want to bet? Because did you see his eyes light up when I said that I'm publishing that and I'm generating money from it? He's like, what? You're making money from that? Watch that space. All right, Da Vinci, have a safe day at work. What else? It's an effing goat. Yes, I got you, Arnold. Iran has lost huge value. Thanks, Chris Wu put a statue. Well, that's very kind of you. Just loving it. Elon Musk was lashing out, and that was his best attempt. Yeah, exactly. His best attempt was using the Epstein files. Yeah, I enjoy the beer, Lana, but Corey thinks it's bad for me. Done sit my oil in my... Sorry. What are you sorry for, Haley? I missed that. As of right now, Canada got hit. Yep, I know about that. There's no way the Dems didn't release Epstein crap if Trump is on there. Exactly. Thank you, Arctic. The campaign was there. They had all the information. If there was something they could lay on Trump. I mean, look, they fabricated the whole Russia collusion hoax. That's what the big news is tonight, and none of the media networks are covering it except Fox. It all got released today. FAFO, Friday, it got released. It's out there. Trump released all this stuff, or not Trump, but the CIA director Radcliffe. They've got the analysts. They've got whistleblowers coming forward every day. They have the emails saying that analysts better get on board unless they want their career to end. They got the emails. They got the emails from senior people in the Obama corrupt regime. Yeah, they got them. These people are dead to rights. They've got them. Now, do we have the balls to prosecute them is a question, including Obama for treason. If Trump was in the Epstein files, whatever the hell those are supposed to be, in other words, the documents related to the prosecution, there's no files. But if Trump was in those, why in the world would the Democrats not bring that out to save Kamala Harris? Thank you, Rod Kubo, for describing. It doesn't make any sense. Press G says, okay, I already read that. Okay. Joining late, the Naval Base Simon Town has been very busy this week. Ooh, is the Lady R in town? Cocolor, is the Lady R? It was a disco. What was a disco? Kirtland Red, what is your camp question? I didn't see any camp question for you. I did see a super chat from you. Please reiterate your camp question, Kirtland, because I never saw it. Prove the taste of my coffee. Ooh, Scots and Irish. There you go. Since you started, we lost 79,000 jobs, and now we're going to lose another 150,000. Yep. Yeah. Oh, the DA gets things done. Yeah, they make jobs disappear. Good evening, Chronic Equation. How does YouTube know you own your own music and prevent false copyright claims? It's all AI. It's done by, unless somebody hears something and makes a claim. Son's lift has arrived 10 minutes early. Okay, Charles. Oh, you were the assistant S2 and you were calling people pogues. I was on the fucking front line getting shot at against the Talwakanda division. Freaking, Sabo rounds landing next to me as I was standing in the desert. Yes, I'm calling people pogues. Multiple combat tours. And by the way, as the assistant S2, I was the one in the fight. The S2, they got all screwed up in the March credits, and they weren't at the front of the battlefield. We were the jump talk, and we were the ones engaged in combat. The main body, they weren't there. I was out there with Delta Company and Charlie Company on the front line against the Talwakanda Division and others. Yes, I am calling people pogues. What's your camp question, Kirtland? I was an air defender. Before that was Signal Corps. Then I was an air defender, combat arms, and then I was intel. Yep. Buddies and I started a business called The Creator Plug. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing how we can benefit your awesome channel. Yeah, well, send me a private message to the email, allaboutafrica2021@gmail.com. One of the mods might post it up there if you can't find it. Who is the Justin guy that had the interview with Byron? I don't know. Is that some guy in the UK? Is that the interview you're talking about? I don't know. I haven't watched Morning Shot in some time now. I never get notifications, and so I'm too busy to remember to do it. We're so screwed, says commentator. Yep. Whoops, my chat just jumped ahead of me there. Yeah, it's probably more than 150. That's to start with. Tariff implementation delay for 7 days. Door still up for discussion. What tariff is delayed for 7 days? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Kirtland there, I just gave another super chat. I'm curious, what are you talking about there, Karen Long? What tariff is delayed for 7 days? Whose tariffs are delayed? Please explain what you're talking about there. Okay. You can polish a turd, but it's still a turd. That's true. Yes, Freedom Front Plus is part of the GNU. People understand that Israel has two different intelligence entities, Mossad and the army, Shin Bet. Pages of Mossad. October was due to Shin Bet. Yeah, no, pages were Mossad. It was an incredible intelligence operation. It's quite a sick, twisted plot. Hamas attacks, knowing Israel retaliates, saying Israel. Yeah. Ronaldo's going to reopen the PA strip clubs. Maybe he will. Yep, your government has imposed high tariffs and other barriers on U.S. goods coming in for decades. Yep. Good morning, Colonel. Which AA sites? I've said it a million times. Suno. Is Elon back in a second? No, I have no idea where he's at. Natasha McGregor. Have you heard that British intelligence behind the Obama-Hillary story? Yeah, I've known that all along. And so was Australian. They don't tell you that. Australian intelligence behind it too. The Australian intelligence shared information on U.S. citizens, spying on U.S. citizens. So the U.S. government can't do that. It's a violation of the Constitution. Unless you have a warrant, you can't spy on an American. And you can't take intelligence information from a foreign source and use it. But what did they do? The Australians captured signals intelligence, shared it with the Obama administration, which was a basis for one of the warrants. That's illegal. It's a violation of the Constitution. And they did it. And they got away with it. So they used Christopher Steele, a former British agent who was working with the British intelligence service. They betrayed America. They betrayed America. The UK and Australia betrayed America. They should be sanctioned. I've known about that for years. We've known about this since 2016. It's 2017, actually, somewhere. I missed the pot from my understanding the age of tariffs. The country's goods come U.S. There's no impact on stuff coming to South Africa. You're not going to be paying more. Only Americans will be paying more, or whoever, is shipping stuff here. Okay, there's Kurt. I was just kidding with the Pogue thing. Camp question must have been a typo. Okay, yeah, no, sorry. Thanks, Kirtland. Thanks for the $5. No worries. No, but seriously, I mean, I did say it. I mean, look, I mean, I was everywhere. I worked in embassies. I was in foxholes. I was getting shot at. I worked for the president. I've worked at every level, all over, throughout my career. So I'm comfortable saying that. Yeah. I take it, Kirtland, you're a veteran, based on your questions. Is that a Marlboro pack as part of your avatar? It looks like a Marlboro pack. Haven't watched Morning since Ramon left. Yeah, I was watching it, but I mean, I haven't watched. I have no basis to comment about Morning Shot. I haven't watched their stuff in a while. I did catch Byron today. I guess he stopped doing Briberies with me, and now he has a program with Ronaldo every week. Okay, good on him. We used to do Briberies. Now he's doing that. Not a happy camper. Haven't watched Morning Shots, and apparently they've created their own channel. They're working together, so good on them. Ronaldo already got his new poles, his tripper poles. Yeah, probably. Hoping to hear it again at 6:30. Good grief, my coffee is really starting to taste very nice. Well, you said, because of the booze? How do you act to vote for the DA? Derek Rahman sold the company to him. Colonel can't remember if you covered the black farmer business that was kidnapped last November. He's still being held and tortured. No, I don't recall that article, Krista. I didn't know about that. Everyone is complaining about DA doing nothing. What does the other ones do? And Julie, it's a fair point. What about the PA? Gate McKenzie's busy pimping up and pumping up, Ramaphosa. Thank you, Werner Durand, to 130% just got up. Yep, 30%'s in place. Someone said it was a 7-day delay. Where's that at? I haven't seen a response back on that. How do you say brah in German? Brah? How do you say brah? I don't know in German. Yes, a 90-day delay for Mexico. I did say that at the outset of this program. Alan sharing his views. I think we're referring to. Well, this is way behind. Jiminy Crickets, that was way behind. Government job pays better than YouTube, and you get a pension. That's true. Okay, Trump's tariffs are going to hurt everyone, me and the U.S. included. Nah. So, see, Dogzilla is revealing his leftist side. Yeah, you're just buying into the Kool-Aid. Tariff revenues up record levels. Inflation is down from almost back as low as it was under the previous Trump administration, reeled in from the idiotic situation that Biden created with freaking double-digit inflation annually. Yeah, so inflation is down, the economy is up, the tariffs are up, and consumer prices are flat, some declining. So, for instance, the microphones that I use, the ones that I use for the interview with Earl, they cost me $37 in April. Today, they're $19.99. Price came down, despite tariffs. Yep. Good morning, George. I sent you an email about that, Colonel. Link to Cat. Thank you, Chris. It probably is. No, we don't know about the penalty, Dirk. And we also don't know about whether there's going to be a penalty for doing business with Russia as well. Trump is going after people doing business with Russia, particularly those buying oil. So, U.S. is flying. Yeah, U.S. is flying, man. Things are great. 1838. What is 1838? What is that, Corey? All right. Maddie says, just finished work. Sorry I'm late. Don't worry. Apologize. You had work. You got to make a living. People got to make, you got to make money. You got to make money. I mean, that's how the world works, man. It's not generous. So, wow, man, we are stuck on 109,000 subscribers. What is the deal with that? What is the deal with that? Anyway, I don't know why people think they can't find my stuff on Spotify. It's there. We don't do business rush. We just bend over. Yep. Not a single story on News 24 about the tariffs. Let's go look at Times Live and IOL and Business Tech. IOL, talking about Operation Dudula. Nope. It's our death sentence. South African couple pleads to stay in Australia amid safety fears. Sharnay Lee Gunning, 31, and Ivan Strauss are facing an anxious wait in Western Sydney, Australia, as their application for protection visas hangs in the balance. South African couple claim they face a death sentence. They're forced to return. They arrived in Australia on visitor's visa in December 2018 after fleeing South Africa due to fears of racial violence. Now, 7 years later, they're pleading with the federal government not to deport them, alleging that their lives would be at risk if they returned to their home country. According to them, would be targeted for being white. Gunning stated that returning would be a death sentence, especially with what's going on in South Africa at the moment. The couple revealed they had been victims of crimes in early age into their adulthood. They note that contrast with Australia, where they can drive with open windows. Despite the protection visa application being initially denied, they have appealed and are currently awaiting a decision. Appeals rejected, they would have only 5 weeks to leave Australia. Well, again, bad idea to go claim asylum. Bad idea. So they'll be fine. Go home to South Africa and ask for the refugee program. There you go. I have family living in Texas. Trust me, they're doing well. No issues. Yay, Natasha. Yep. U.S. investing in manufacturing is going to take off like crazy. It's already doing it. Wonder how the ANC will spin the first tariffs. Blame colonials again? Yes, they'll blame AfriForum, Solidarity, the United States, Donald Trump, racism, colonialism. Blame all that stuff. Yep. I'll share all your videos in groups again. Hope that helps. Well, Fluffy Navel, thanks, but no, it's just kind of a low ebb right now. Operation Dudula said next January they will be cleaning out schools for illegal children. Wow. You said yourself last night that the price of Amarula is about to get jacked. It is, but I don't buy Amarula, so how's it going to affect me? I don't need Amarula. I can buy Bailey's. That only has 15% tariff. So how am I going to suffer? I don't buy BMWs or Mercedes from South Africa. How am I going to suffer? I can get the same car manufactured in Alabama cheaper. I can get the same car manufactured in Germany cheaper. So how's it going to affect me? Not going to hurt me. Not going to hurt me at all. There's nothing that South Africa makes that I need. Nothing. Nothing. Other than Droevors. Yep. Yep. They're just going to ignore it. That's what's going to happen today. They're going to ignore it. Yep. Yes, I know, Charles. It was Jan van der Riebeck's fault. That bad guy. That bad guy. Okay, so I came up with this song idea earlier. Let's see what I put down here. There you go. It's not my fault. Let's see if we can't make a new song tonight, okay? Where is this at? Okay, I had to close some stuff down because it was acting up. Okay, come over here. You go to Suno. Suno. The thing about Firefox, it is a memory pig. Create. Okay, lyrics. Let's see. Cool. K-pop. Let's try K-pop. Vocals. Female vocals. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Sorry, folks, I had to put the key stuff in there. I'm going to try K-pop. I haven't done it before. This is a month I've used a lot of my credits. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we get here now, folks. You understand that trade between us and other farmers is what actually keeps our farmers going. It certainly helps. And say not lazy daisy, they deliberately let time go by, having lots of time to strike a positive trade deal. They had plenty of time, yeah. Southern government won't worry because it's all public sector. Yep. All right. Good morning, Mornif Devet. The Vale is reporting on the RAND rate. Okay, it's not my fault. Okay. Oh, darn it. It did it to me again. Oh, jeez. All right, make sure I got female again. Okay, my goodness. Okay, wasted 2 more credits. That's clever of them. They should be default auto, and now it's acting up. So I'll be darned. Wasted 2 credits there for a 30-second song. I'm not even going to try to listen to those. I'm going to delete that. Move to trash. All right, not my fault. Let's see. Here we go. Ready?
They said the tariffs rolled in like a storm. Jobs packed their bags. A new norm. 0 points his finger. Says it's not my fault, but the walls are cracking. The gears halt. Who holds the hammer? Who swings the chain? Who left the people in this endless pain? It's not my fault. They all cry out loud, but the factory's closed and the kids cry now. It's not my fault. The story's the same. Who do we blame? Who
Who do we blame?
It's not my fault. They all cry out loud, but the factory's closed and the kids cry now. It's not my fault. The story's the same. Who do we blame? Who do we
Dogzilla, now you're starting to troll. People have addressed your question. Move on from it. All right, not my fault. Version 2. That was good.
They said the tariffs rolled in like a storm. Jobs packed their bags, a new norm. Cyril points his finger, says it's not my fault, but the walls are cracking, the gears hold. Who holds the hammer? Who swings the chain? Who left the people in this endless pain? It's not my fault. They all cry out loud, but the factory's closed and the kids cry now. It's not my fault. The story's the same. Who do we blame? Who do we name?
This time I like the first one better.
It's not my fault. The story's the same. Who do we blame? Who do we name? The smoke is gone where the chimney stood. Empty hands where the promise should. Misery grows where the rivers dry. Poverty lingers, no reason why. They shuffle the deck, but the cards don't change. The faces shift, but the song remains. Unemployment shadow, a thief in the night. Who turned out the economic light? It's not my fault. They all cry out loud, but the factory's closed and the kids cry now. It's not my fault. The story's the same. Who do we blame? Who do we name? It's not my fault. The story's the same. Who do we blame? Who do we name? Who do we blame? Who do we name?
I like the first one because she carried that note for a long time. It was really good.
Who do we blame? Who do we name?
Not my fault. What do you guys think of that one? That's pretty good, huh? Right. Trump helped South expose the ANC media, which helped us greatly, having 140 plus race laws and crime is out of control. Well, the problem with your statement, Dogzilla, is people are saying just the opposite. They're saying that it has no impact in South Africa because only nobody's come here. So people can't have it both ways. It's either going to hurt South Africa or it's not. Number one's better, says Loretta. Both are good, but he thinks number one just rips it. I think number one ripped it too, but it looks like it's losing in the... oh, no, it's winning in the poll. 56 votes out of 239 people. What's up with that, folks? Don't you vote in a poll? Don't you vote in a poll? Driving the tax base into oblivion, businesses are going to close. Yeah, that was all done without Trump, without the refugee program. All of that happened without Trump, without the refugee program. So there you go. It's the bottom line of that. Right, folks. Let me see. Things I can cover tomorrow. But let me just run through these things very quickly here. That's not what I want. I want this here. Hang on a second. Where's the news at? There it is. So Hillary knew. Hillary knew about the Soros plan. This is the big breaking news tonight. Washington Times reports on it. It's been reported on Fox News, but not any other network is covering this. CNN, NBC, ABC, none of them are actually talking about this story. But this story broke hours ago, folks. Hours ago, this story broke. Yep. There you go. FBI knew of Hillary George Soros' plan to spread Trump-Russia hoax. New documents reveal. Newly declassified Justice Department documents implicate left-wing donor George Soros in the FBI plot to spread Trump-Russia collusion narrative. The once secret material exposes bombshell evidence of Hillary Clinton's campaign plot to demonize Putin and Trump. Documents show that emails Russians hacked from Mr. Soros' left-wing Open Society. The Russians broke into George Soros' Open Society Foundation, authored by an employee named Leonard Bernardo, laid out plans to spread the Russia collusion hoax to leading U.S. publications via entities connected to the FBI. They also showed the Ms. Clinton campaign was enthusiastically involved in the plot and saw it as a way to draw attention away from her illegal email server, and the thousands of government emails that she secretly stole and then deleted. A Bernardo email relayed that Ms. Clinton approved of her campaign advisor's idea about Trump and Russian hackers hampering U.S. elections. He explained that should distract people from her own missing emails. An Open Society Foundation spokesperson rejected the accusation report, saying that the statement of the Washington Times that claimed the Open Society helped orchestrate an FBI investigation is outrageous falsehood. Well, it's not. We have the classified emails. It is grounded in malicious disinformation traced to Russian intelligence, now weaponized. See, they just go with the same story. They get caught red-handed. The bombshell revelations were annexed to a 2023 report by Justice Department Special Counsel John Durham on the origins of the FBI's investigation. Annex was declassified by top intelligence officials and made public Thursday by Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Charles Grassley of Iowa. Yep. It outlines the FBI's failure under Director Comey to investigate intelligence that the Clinton campaign may have fabricated the Russia collusion hoax. At the same time, the report notes the FBI used a bogus dossier compiled by former British spy Christopher Steele and paid for by the Clinton campaign to obtain FISA warrants to spy on Carter Page. I've said all this, and so is, to his credit, so has Sean Hannity over and over again. Based on the Durham Annex, the Obama FBI failed to adequately review and investigate intelligence reports showing that the Clinton campaign may have been ginning up fake Russia-Trump narrative for Clinton's political gain. The appendix describes memos labeled confidential conversations between Democratic National Committee Chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz, she's dead now, that's her political career is over, and two people of the Open Society Foundation, Mr. Bernardo and Jeffrey Goldstein. One memo said President Obama aimed to shut down the FBI's politically damaging investigation into Ms. Clinton's use of private email server and her mishandling of highly classified information. It wasn't mishandling, it was theft. She stole. She's a criminal. A second memo referenced the same Obama effort to scuttle the Clinton email investigation and outlined a plan to link Mr. Trump to Russia. The Democratic Party's opposition is focused on discrediting Trump, the memo said. Among other things, the Clinton staff, with support from special services, is preparing scandalous revelations of business relations between Trump and the Russian mafia. FBI analysts speculate that the special services mentioned in the memo may have been code names for the FBI and the CIA, or more broadly, U.S. intelligence law enforcement. Analysts thought it could refer to Mr. Steele. His discredited dossier alleged sordid and unproven claims about Trump. The declassified annex documents show the FBI was aware of the Clinton plot to tie Trump to Russia months before the Bureau launched its now discredited investigation. So months before they launched the investigation, they knew that there was no link between Trump, that it was all bullshit that Hillary Clinton created. You see the misuse, and people are just like, we're trying to dismiss this. The FBI launched a bogus investigation based on false information, on perjury, on lies before the FISA court to undermine the Trump administration, and it destroyed this country for years. These people belong on trial for treason. During the first stage of the campaign, due to the lack of direct evidence, it was decided to disseminate the necessary information through the FBI-affiliated technical structures, in particular the CrowdStrike and Threat Connect companies, from where the information would then be disseminated through leading U.S. publications. Another email said the media analysis of the Democratic National Committee hacking appears solid. Julianne Smith, a Clinton campaign foreign policy advisor, says it will be a long-term affair to demonize Putin and Trump. Now it is good for a post-convention bounce. Later, the FBI will put more oil into the fire. In another email, Mr. Bernardo said that the point is making the Russian play a U.S. domestic issue. In absence of direct evidence, CrowdStrike and Threat Connect will supply the media. The GRU will hopefully carry on and give more facts. When Obama administration received this information in March of 2016, Fusion GPS, a Washington-based opposition research firm, was preparing the dossier that purported ties between Trump and the Russian government. This research ultimately became known as the Steele dossier. As early as July 2016, Russian intelligence was aware of Mr. Steele's anti-Trump research, according to a 2020 review by the Justice Department. What's more, the FBI had possession of the reports in 2017. The dossier may have had Russian sources and was potentially Russian disinformation. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said today that the newly released documents are further proof that Hillary Clinton approved the Russia hoax against President Trump. Her campaign financed it. She approved that the FBI and CIA were both weaponized to accelerate this hoax. Wow. 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 Unbelievable. Yep. Trump hikes the tariffs to 35% on Canada. We already knew that. Yep. President Trump has followed through on his threat to raise tariffs to Canada from 25 to 35% starting August 1st, and it is August 1st, with the White House saying the country has failed to stop the flow of fentanyl and other drugs in the United States through their shared border. Products are now transshipped. Wow. 40 that try to evade it are getting 40% rate. 50% remains on aluminum, steel, and copper. Wow. Trump raised it to 35%. Mexico gets a 90-day reprieve. Oh, okay. Someone said earlier there was a 7-day delay. There's not a 7-day delay. They increased the tariff to 70 countries, but they won't take effect. So they are now the rates, but they don't take effect for weeks so that customs and border officials have time to prepare for it. That's what the 7 days is, okay? Someone mentioned that earlier. So you were correct about that. You just explained it very poorly. So that's what you're talking about. The Customs and Border Protection won't begin collecting the tariffs for 7 more days. That's not a delay. That just means they're not ready. They're going to start collecting in 7 days. All right? Okay, so it's not a 7-day delay. It's just that they won't be able to collect it for 7 days. Does that make sense? Right. Let me get back over here to the poll. 91 votes, 92 votes, 93 votes, 95 votes. All right, number one it is. Number one it is. Okay, let me save that so I can publish it. Okay, number one, not my fault. Not my fault. Okay, cool. We got that one now. All right, who's typing caps? You were asked politely. You've been warned. It's not a law. It's simply a rule. Why do people have to be smartasses when they're asked something just not to behave in a certain way? Why do people have to behave that way? I don't understand that. It was you, Karen. No, Karen, you were spot on. There is 7 days, but it's not a delay. So that's why I asked who said that. It was you, Karen, yeah. I've just read what it said. It says that customs, but I'm kind of irritated by that. They've had all month to prepare for it. So why? Because now we're going to hear is, Taco, Trump chickens out again. No, he didn't chicken out. Yes, I know, trolling. Yeah, Patches, that's right. I mean, it's only been known, and thank you, Werner Olafia, for subscribing. It's only been known that typing in all capital letters is rude and disrespectful for 50 years on the internet. Now, don't come back and say, well, the internet wasn't around 50 years, because it was. DARPANET. We were on the internet. I've been on the internet since the 1980s. That's long before graphical web browsers came along, using bulletin board services and dial-up software. Yep. It's not my rule. It's internet rule. It's an internet rule. It's not my rule. We just ask people not to do it. It's very distracting. It's very attention-seeking. It's not hard to follow simple rules. Instead of being obnoxious and asking a question, just simply follow the rule. Another day's arrived. Lots of stuff happening. Please play Another Day Has Arrived. That's another day. That's the Colonel's Ode. Is that the one you want to play? I'll play that. This is Kathy put this one out there. Kathy's in the chat right now. So this one's from Kathy, if I recall correctly.
Another day has arrived. We are still in the same place of disarray. Hope is in the distance. I can see a tiny glimpse of light, just a tiny, tiny light. It is there, I know it. I can feel it in my heart. I have prayed for it for oh so long. I know that it is coming our way. Tomorrow may not arrive. Yesterday has gone, but this I know. Today is gonna turn out just right. Colonel Chris is a ray of sunshine. He has arrived just in time to keep that tiny light in the horizon still burning bright. Our prayers are being answered, so don't despair. Someone we can trust, which has been a long time coming when our hopes were shattered. He is that tiny bright light in the distance. Tomorrow may not arrive. I can feel it in my heart. I have prayed for it for oh so long. I know that it is coming our way. Tomorrow may not arrive. Yesterday has gone, but this I know. Today is gonna turn out just right. Colonel Chris is a ray of sunshine. He has arrived just in time to keep that tiny light in the horizon still burning bright. Our Colonel Chris is a ray of sunshine. He has arrived just in time to keep that tiny light in the horizon still burning bright. Our prayers are being answered, so don't despair. Someone we can trust, which has been a long time coming when our hopes were shattered. He is that tiny bright light in the distance.
Well, no, thank you, Kathy. You put together. All sounds the same, no soul. I don't know what tin ear you've got there, old guy. You want to be grumpy, be grumpy. That's your business, not mine. Anyway, Kathy put that together, so. Not my song. Kathy Price did that. But apparently old guy doesn't like that, so. You know, when you're young, they tell you if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. So, yeah, some people don't understand that. Autistic, but thank you for all proving how hive mind causes ganging up on someone who doesn't go in hearsay and never heard saw the rule. No, Janine, your answer was a smart-ass answer. It was a smart-ass answer. That's all we're saying. You got all snotty. You were asked politely, and then you got all snotty. So there's no reason to be snotty. No reason to be snotty. Whether you're autistic or you're, on genius level intelligence, or, you're thin as a rail or the size of a house isn't germane. It isn't germane. You were being rude, and people don't like people being rude. So you were asked politely not to use all caps. As simple as that. I mean, it's not new. And no one ganged up on you. You disrupted the chat. Now we've been talking about you for 3 minutes. That's the whole point. So no reason for you to be defensive. No one said anything particularly rude to you or about you. You're welcome to be here, and thank you for being here. But own up to what you did. Own up to what you did, and don't blame other people. You were rude. It's as simple as that. But welcome to the program. Thank you for being here, and appreciate you subscribing. And feel free to jump in the chat if you'd like. Old guy doesn't like the music. He's in there. He's sharing his views. Exactly, Theo. First she said she never heard of such rules. Now it's autism, see? So we're wasting time. Anyway, it didn't give you a timeout. Normally the rule is a timeout for misbehaving. You go and have a Schuss beer and just remember that you're just a human. Oh, I know I'm a human. I'm not AI. That's for darn sure. Anyway, yeah, so, hey, Arthur, Fundameva, what's going on, man? What's going on? JJ Kruger, you're welcome. That's not mine. I get teary when I hear it. So, I mean, I didn't listen to it this time. I just played it on air. Usually I have to put my phone on so I can hear it. But I just played it. So, otherwise you get reverb. So, anyway, the Senate's approved another $1 billion for Ukraine. Jeez. Another $1 billion to Ukraine. Wow. And look who it is. Mitch McConnell, the 90,000-year-old fossil. Oh, boy. Sorry. Just reading stupid stuff in the chat. So, yeah. Senate Appropriations Panel has advanced an $852 billion Pentagon funding bill that includes $1 billion in aid for Ukraine. Senate Appropriations Committee approved the measure on July 31st in a 26-3 vote. We give $800 million to Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative and $225 million to the Baltic Security Initiative. Wow. That exceeds Trump's budget request by $22 billion. Wow, unbelievable. He described Ukraine's role as central to the U.S.'s military readiness. So what they're doing is using Ukraine as a testing ground for new technology. That's disgraceful. That's disgraceful. Husky, have a good evening. Yep. Hey, Monzo, what's up? Wow. No vocal opposition to the provisions in the Senate. This is delusional. These people are giving the grifter another $1 billion to piss down the drain. Well, the Army's trying to figure out what to do. What new technology? Well, drone technology, artillery that we got sending over there, upgraded missiles from the Patriot systems, lots of new technology. So the Army doesn't know what to do with this tank. They wasted billions of dollars designing the M10 Booker tank, an armored vehicle that was to be the Army's first new major combat weapon in decades. It was canceled because light tanks are too heavy for paratroopers, and that's who they're supposed to build it for. They were going to drop this out of planes. Like the Soviets. Do you know the Soviet Union dropped airborne planes out of airplanes with the crews inside them? They actually did that. Oh my God. I don't mean to laugh because those people are dead. They dropped planes out of, or helicopter, they dropped tanks out of planes, dropped tanks out of planes with parachutes and killed the crews. Who thought that was a good idea? Well, the M10 Booker was a dumb idea too. The Pentagon is trying to figure out what to do with the more than 2 dozen that were produced before the contract was scrapped. They're headed for storage in Alabama. Hey, Alabama! Army Secretary Daniel Driscoll canceled the Booker program, which had an initial price tag of more than $1 billion. We didn't design a tank that was effective. We wanted to develop a small tank that was agile and could be dropped into places where regular tanks can't, but we got a heavy tank. Describing the 38-ton Booker dropping it from the back of the plane, it turns out, isn't feasible. No, dropping a 38-ton tank is not feasible from the back of a plane. Pentagon officials said the savings from canceling the contract won't be quantified until they finish termination negotiations with the prime contractor, General Dynamics. Don't pay them anything. They built something you didn't ask for. They built a 38-ton paperweight. All right. That's okay. That's the end of that. Sorry, folks. You were warned. You were warned. All right. The only attention trolls gets attention given. Exactly. Well, won't get any more attention. Just got a timeout for 30 minutes. Senate didn't want to cut Medicaid. The illegals were cut from Medicaid. They saw the A-Team move and thought it would be a good idea. Carlos. Where are you getting that the ANC started the ICJ case before the October 7th attacks? Where are you guys getting this? From a single source that's making a claim that's unfounded? I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I need to see a little bit more than that. I need to see a little bit more than that. Oh, she'll leave now because she's a troll and she's playing the game. Oh, I got autism. Oh, I didn't know the rules. You know the rules and you keep running your yap. Bye-bye. So anyway. From the Truth Report, the guy from UK. Single source making an allegation. Did he back it up with evidence? Does he have photographs, email, audio tape, documents? I didn't see the video, so I have no idea. But this story's been floating around for a few weeks now, and no one's produced any evidence of it. So did this guy produce any evidence of it, or is it just a supposition? I don't know who he is. I'm not trying to discredit him. I'm just asking a question. He sent the evidence to USA. Yes, he's got proof. Well, he says he's got proof. How do we know it? Did he show it to us? And how did he come by it? So my question about this guy, and you might be able to answer this to him, Zede, is what's his placement and what's his access? How did he get this information? How is he placed? Does he have access to this information? It's like people saying, well, Johnny works at the White House, so he knows what's going on. No, he doesn't. Johnny's a cleaner. Johnny sweeps the floors of the White House. That doesn't give him placement in a position that gives him access. There were a Christian group visit Israel after the attack. There were, I'm sorry, Ann, your sentence doesn't make any sense. Are you saying they were a Christian group that visited Israel after the attack? They claim the ICC case took less than a month to be filed. The dude stated this is impossible to do. Well, that doesn't fly. Again, I'm not discrediting. Maybe they got something there, but that's not a valid reason. Less than a month to file a lawsuit? I mean, seriously? The leftists file a lawsuit against Trump within 48 hours every time he does something. Within 48 hours. Within 48 hours. Anytime Trump... In fact, sometimes Trump issues an executive order, and that day they rush to the Ninth Circuit Court and file a case. It doesn't take months to file a case. That's nonsense. A black group from South Africa. What is a black group from South Africa? The Christian group? And I'm sorry, you're not helping the conversation here. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Okay, I'm going to guess what Ann is saying is that this guy is from a black group from South Africa that was in Israel after the attack, and somehow they have the information. Is that what she's saying? Yeah, okay. Oh, my goodness. So this all started, as I'm just double checking, make sure I don't misspeak here, on July 11th when Paula Sleer published an article, an op-ed in the Times of Israel. She says a $400 million lawsuit is being prepared in the United States against Ramaphosa. If it proceeds, the fallout could be explosive. the center of the allegation the South African government knowingly collaborated with Hamas ahead of October 7th. Mainstream media in South Africa have not uttered a word about it. The case, built on recommendations by UK-based consultant Justin Lewis, claims to have uncovered new material in coordination between South African officials, Hamas, and Iran in the months leading up to it. It's a staggering allegation that South Africa's diplomatic support for Hamas wasn't just rhetorical solidarity, but active complicity. Lewis says he warned the South African government back in April of the potential legal risk. I was not only ignored, but threatened with legal action by a journalist acting on behalf of South African state. He now claims that some of South Africa's court filings in the International Court of Justice were prepared in advance in concert with foreign actors hostile. Okay, those are lovely, interesting claims. Now, where's the evidence? Legal foundation for the case rests on a unanimous U.S. Supreme Court ruling last month that upheld promoting security and justice victims. 2019 Act. The Grassley Act. Yeah, that's the Grassley Act they're talking about. So back to what she said. Plaintiffs intend to argue that South African officials possibly... Okay, so a law that allows people to sue over Palestinian terrorism is what they're saying is the basis for having evidence. That's not evidence. That's just a law that was upheld by the Supreme Court saying you can sue them. Okay, so stay with me here. Beyond the courtroom, the economic risks are staggering. In letters dated June 30th and July, Lewis warned that sanctions on South African government debt could result in interest rate hikes. Okay, sanctions on South African debt. What does that have to do with people filing a lawsuit? Nothing. It doesn't. This is distracting. It doesn't have anything to do with the case. Formal notification has been sent to U.S. Treasury, Financial Services Committee, the Financial Action Task Force. In a letter to U.S. Assistant Trade Representative Constance Hamilton, Lewis urged the White House to suspend all economic negotiations with South Africa, including those linked to the African Growth and Opportunity Act. Well, the African Growth and Opportunity Act is a dead letter. Why would you even talk about that? It's gone in 2 months. Adding to the storm is alleged fatwa tied to the same networks behind the October 7th calls for assassination of President Trump. So far, the Pretoria government has not responded publicly. Lewis confirms that official correspondence has been sent to President Ramaphosa's office. No meeting has been agreed to. Whether South Africa's support for Hamas amounts to moral posturing or something far more sinister is now a legal question, and one that may not be answered in The Hague but in the U.S. federal courtroom. Okay, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. ENCA ran the story too, and it just puts a couple sentences here. South African News, that's a do-nothing site. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I haven't seen the video, so I see nothing here. There's nothing here that I can see. So we'll have to, I'm not going to run this story until I hear something that can support it, you know. Oh, Corey, I didn't know you left. I never said you were lying, Storm. No one ever said you were lying. Why did you say, see, I'm not lying? I never said that. I never said that. I said that this story has been percolating for a few weeks and there's no evidence. Still no facts, no receipts, no news. Yep. You're welcome, or I say Bardo Electrical. My pleasure. Personally not seen any evidence to date. Yeah. Japan joined the tariff war against South. How did Japan? Where are you getting that from, Natasha? That's interesting. Where do you get that from? Hey, Chris Harris, I'm fine. How did they start to prepare the case before the attacks? Not my words. Lewis said he did send proof USA. So Lewis, a consultant in the UK, has evidence that South Africa prepared the case before. Now, what you're saying, and this is fifth hand now, so I mean, I could be, I don't know. But are you saying that Lewis is saying he has evidence they prepared the case before October 7th? What evidence does he have? An email in which someone said they were going to do it? That isn't the same as having done it. That's two different things. If South Africa was colluding with Hamas before October 7th, that could indicate they know about it. But what evidence does he have they actually done the case? Does he have evidence of documents, of legal briefs prepared in South Africa, of meetings and notes that took place? I mean, those are two separate things, both of which indicate that they knew ahead of time, but neither of which any proof has been offered other than this guy claiming it. Today is the day for South Africa, and they've done nothing, and I don't think they will. Yeah, you're right, Hano Cop. How's it going? Fail to see how taxpayers have no choice but to pay international court cases while they increase taxes. That's a fair point. Yep, we are so screwed. Even if the U.S. court case, good luck to them getting the $400 million ANC does not pay. Exactly. I don't believe it's a case. Yep. Hold on. So if this was prepared before October 7th, why is the ANC nearly bankrupt the next month? Yeah, again, thank you, Arctic. That's the obvious here. Why is it? Okay, they filed it in October as the initial case, right? When did, or November? December 29th. December 29th. October 7th. November 7th. December 7th. Almost 3 months afterwards. That's not enough time to prepare a case? Come on, this is implausible. I mean, look, I'm not saying it isn't happening, but the arguments being given aren't plausible. Well, they didn't have enough time to prepare. The leftists prepare court cases and oppose Trump within 48 hours, sometimes on the very day when he takes action. If they can manage that, then the South African government can manage to create something to go to the court within 90 days. Almost 3 months later. It doesn't make any sense what this guy's saying. At least what I'm hearing he's saying. I didn't watch it, so I don't know. Yeah. December 29th of 2023. October 7th. November. December 7th. And in 22 days more. 2 months and 3 weeks. And the ANC didn't get money until December. So the argument holds weight that the ANC went to Tehran, as Naledi Pandor did, and got paid off. That holds. That's plausible because they paid off the $102 million debt to the party planner for the campaign from years before. They managed to hold a 20 million rand party for the 112th anniversary of the ANC in Umbombela Stadium in Nelspruit, bringing people from all the country. So that's 122 million rand. And then just a few months after that, moments after that, they ran their re-election campaign in which they spent tens of millions of rand. So all that's plausible that they got money from Iran, but what's not plausible here is the argument that they had the case prepared ahead of time. If the case was prepared ahead of time, why did the ANC wait until December 29th to file it with the ICJ? Jean Spence, why would you make your evidence public if it will be used legally? Well, because you're not trying a criminal trial; it's a civil trial, and you don't have to make it public, but you at least have to tell people what you're talking about. You can't just make empty claims. Well, we sent a letter to Justice, okay, and we sent a letter to Citibank. A letter about what? That you have evidence. You have anyway. So look, I mean, not going to adjudicate this here, but it's just you guys can buy whatever you want. You can buy whatever you want. That's your prerogative. You can believe whatever you want. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe my 4 decades of intelligence analysis experience predicting things and analyzing things and getting things mostly correct almost all the time. You don't have to believe me. It's your prerogative. Believe what you want. That's the novelty of life. People can believe whatever they want. You're welcome to believe whatever you want. What I'm telling you is based on the information available. I'm not buying this story for a second. Right, and Arctic makes another point. You think that the ANC did that without any help from foreign legal scholars? You know they had it. They probably had British leftists down there helping them out do it. So you guys can believe whatever you want. It's your prerogative. I don't have any problem with that. But you're not going to convince me. Not going to convince me. Not on this thin wedge. You can convince me that the ANC got paid off by the Iran. I bought that. I was one of the first to make that supposition and make the claim. So you guys can believe whatever you want. Every person here can believe whatever they want. That is your prerogative. I'm not here to dissuade you from your views, but you're not going to convince me. There's not one thing that anybody said here that convinces me that there's any merit or smoke to this 400 million case. We also heard a couple weeks ago that Guede Montasha was arrested overseas and that there's an international arrest warrant for Cyril Ramaphosa. And we were also told, now let's watch my video because before I make a comment on this, I want to make sure of what I actually said. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so let's get over here. I want to get my video up. Where's it at? Here it is. So let's play my short from when I was in Alabama recently. Okay, so where's it at? ANC napping. Okay, here we go. Let's watch this now. Not a very complimentary image here on the screen, but all right, so. Well, folks, things just keep getting worse. The outlook looks bad. The tariffs for South Africa are just a couple days away now, and what's happening? The Department of State's Bureau of Democracy, Human Rights, and Labor, DRL, has just returned from a trip to South Africa assessing the situation. And they posted on X their initial findings. We'll wait for their full report, but it's quite damning. Okay, so you hear what I just said? The DRL just returned from South Africa, and they posted their initial findings. I didn't claim there's a report. I didn't claim I read the report. You have content creators saying they've read the report. There is no report publicly available. I stated that the previous day. And then yesterday, News 24 came out and reported that there's no report. But they went a little bit further than that. So let's finish this up. It's not anything we don't know. Talking about violent crime, about brutal torture on farm attacks, things like that. But the fact that this organization, which is the Bureau of the State Department, has finally got off its ass and done a fact-finding mission after 20-plus years of this nonsense. All right, what did I just say there? They did a fact-finding mission. They did a fact-finding mission. Thank you, Henry Delport, for subscribing to the channel. They did a fact-finding mission by going to South Africa. Didn't claim anything else. That's important. This is about credibility. Is earth-shattering in some respects. Now, some will say this is just because the Department of State works for President Trump. True. But in theory, they worked for President Trump in the first term, too. And we know that people in state and at CIA and in DOD and many of the federal executive branch agencies undermined President Trump's first term, including members of his own cabinet, betraying him and betraying the nation, disclosing classified information to the media, and undermining U.S. foreign policy. So you can make the claim that this is because it's Trump's State Department, but there are people in the state. Karen, that conversation's over. We've moved on from that story. I'm talking about something else. State Department who still don't like Trump. So the bottom line here is that whatever you believe the political motivations for this are, you have to understand and accept that this is quite damning. If this report gets any play at all in the press, it would be very embarrassing for Cyril Ramaphosa and his, have they told you where this is, Mr. President? I've never seen this. For the Normandy protest. Of course, Ramaphosa had seen the video. He's well aware of it. And he was just playing for the cameras. And he looked like a fool. Very embarrassing. Because Trump's response to the Normandy crosses were, it's in South Africa. So, DRL has gone to South Africa, done a fact-finding mission for the administration, for the Secretary of State. And it's not looking good. Ronnie Jackson's bill in Congress will likely get an additional push and some assistance from this report from the State Department. Now, it'll probably be up to the Congressional Research Service to do some more reporting on this, but I suspect that things are not going to improve for South Africa in the near term. It's not looking good, folks. Not looking good. And this comes at a very bad time as the tariffs are about to bite. 30% minimum, possibly 40% tariffs are coming South Africa's way in a matter of hours. Why? No ambassador, no special envoy, no trade representative, no trade delegation, sending a junior team to the U.S.-Africa Business Summit in Luanda. This is a country whose leadership doesn't take this relationship seriously. And it's going to cost a lot of ordinary South Africans their livelihoods. That's a tragedy. It was unnecessary. You can blame it on Trump, but you need to take a look at Latuli House because that's where the blame starts. All right, folks, hang in there. It's going to be a very bumpy ride. All right, so the reason for showing that is because yesterday or the day before, I did that on Tuesday from Alabama. When it broke, I did that. Other people made videos, and people made videos saying that they've seen the report. They've seen the report. There's no report to see. The reason I mention this, Karen, is because this goes right to credibility, which is the previous story that you're focused on. This goes to credibility. There's no evidence that's convincing me. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. I'm allowing for the possibility of that, but it's implausible at this stage what's being said. So on this story here, we have content creators and media reporting that the DRL issued a report. They didn't issue a report. They may very well have done a report, and I said they're likely compiling a report, but that's not for public disclosure. That's for the State Department. Now, News 24 went a step further and said there is no evidence to report. There's no report. They're not an investigative body. They're not a law enforcement agency. They are an investigative body. Part of what they do is investigating. They're the ones who compile the human rights report every year for every country. So they do investigations, and that's what they do. They went to South Africa. They came back. They issued Twitter statements in which they assess things. That's initial feedback. And that's what I said. They're likely compiling a report. But other people said they've read the report. That's nonsense. See, when people tell you that, then you must ask the question. That's great. You read the report. Where do I find it? I looked everywhere. I looked on their website. I looked publicly. I searched for it. It's nowhere because they have not released a report. But News 24 takes a step further and says that means there is no report. That's not true. News 24 doesn't know what they're talking about, just like the content creators who said they read the report don't know what they're talking about. People will tell you anything. You have to be discerning, folks. You have to think for yourself. You have to evaluate. And I see we've lost some people because you don't like what I'm saying. So if I lose viewers because I don't agree with stuff you bring in here, then I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. I am not going to report things that are implausible. I'm not going to report things just to get clicks. It's not just Cockprot24, Jeremy. It's also content creators. Mad Max is right. A lot of content creators are just piggybackers that from other reporters. They just need clicks. Yep. The earth is flat. Hey, Sue Marie. Is it really? I didn't know that. U.S. sent their own on a fact-finding mission. These lot over here couldn't fabricate their version of the truth. Hey, Ingrid, what's going on? In South Africa, has any thought that builds their own prison to stay safe? Okay. No, it's okay, Karen. It's fine. I appreciate your comments here. I also appreciate your point, which you were pointing out earlier, even though it was a little confusing, that there's 7 days before customs immigration will start taking the money. Ready to take off for intelligence leaks in ANC. You don't speak the language correctly, you're not getting in. Yeah, bottom line, ANC is corrupt and poking the bear. Anyway, gosh, it's 2.5 hours. That was not my intent here to be here 2.5 hours, folks. Wow. It's nap time here. Mad Max says, that's why I enjoy Chris reports on news. It's in-depth and he explains all. Those that are genuine appreciate your integrity. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's a rumor. I have no evidence of that. I'm starting to believe that we were so lied to that we didn't know what to believe. Yeah, amazing yacht destinations. I think so. Again, you don't have to agree with me, folks. You don't have to agree with me. If you want to believe that story from that gentleman from UK, you may very well be 100% correct. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that there's nothing there that gives me any indication that there's nothing but a cooked up story. That's all I'm saying. But I'm not saying it's a cooked up story. I'm just saying that's how I see it. Okay? There you go. The truth is king and facts always prove truth. Yep, Hano. Okay. Arctic says, could be true, but I doubt it. They chose not to be informed about it, hence its implicit approval of those who do mastermind these attacks. I think it all started when Ernst made the statement of the report that he spoke with them. He also made a list of things in the report. So, Loretta, let me just cover this real quickly. So, Ernst Rhodes said that. Is that what you're saying? Whoever Ernst is. Whoever Ernst is. So you're saying that Ernst, a South African, was given access to a U.S. mission, which is likely classified because he supplied information to them. So they interview him. That's fine. It happens. But then they, in turn, handed over their findings to him and told him what their findings were. So you're saying that the U.S. employees, not you, but people are saying that U.S. employees took a classified report, which no one has seen, and gave it to a South African national who is someone that's attacked in the press frequently and attacked by groups, that we would compromise a national security by giving that report over to a South African. Is that what people are saying? People are saying that they gave classified information to a South African who isn't cleared. People, even if it wasn't classified, it's sensitive but unclassified. So they gave sensitive but unclassified information to a South African national in the midst of this imbroglio over relations between the U.S. and South Africa, a person the South African government has called out in the past. No, what? What? That just doesn't make any sense to me either, man. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Look, again, some things are plausible, some things aren't, folks. Again, man. I believe Corne Mulder after he explained to me what he did and where he went and what he got. Before that, I said it's possible, but I haven't seen anything that gives me an indication of where to get the information from. After talking to him and having an interview on the channel, yes. But that was something very different than this. That is the U.S. government that was giving things to a member of the government to convey to the president, not a private citizen that works for a think tank. Janine says, just woke up and got here, so I'm not sure if you spoke about this, but how long do you think we have before we start seeing mass layoffs? You've already seen them, Janine. I already talked about Byrna, a firearms manufacturer that produces non-lethal firearms with like rubber bullets, I guess, that produced all their ammunition in South Africa until March. March 13th, they announced the opening of their ammunition plant in Indiana, just 6 miles from their headquarters, producing their ammunition. They were producing only 32% of the components and the ammunition for their weapons for police and for civilians until they realized Trump was coming back in office and he was probably going to put tariffs in place, and they got smart. And so they began sourcing their material, and now 93% of their firearms and ammunition are produced in America to avoid the tariffs. They closed their South Africa plant in Pretoria in March, already costing jobs. We've already lost jobs in the automobile industry in South Africa because, for instance, last year in the same period, I think it's a 1 month or a quarter period, I'm not sure which is, probably a quarter. Yeah, it must be a quarter. In the quarter last year, 9,700 automobiles were shipped to the United States from South Africa. This year, with a 25% tariff in place for only part of that period, 1,100, and they were almost all Mercedes C-Class cars. That's it. So it dropped 80 plus percent, 83, 87% dropped. Those people don't have jobs. The people that are making those cars, the people making the components for those cars, people making those tires for those cars, people making all their jobs are gone. They've been furloughed or they've been made redundant already. How long? It's already happening. It's been happening since March. And it's been happening since April. Press high behind the source gave me this, and I can't disclose who they are, which is code for tell this information. Well, Jeremy, there are times. I mean, for instance, I had sources when I reported that John Steenhuisen was supposedly meeting with Iranian officials. Remember that when I was in South Africa? I had sources which I couldn't disclose because their lives and their careers would be put in jeopardy. I had multiple sources on that, by the way. So, I mean, I was, people told me that, not my viewers, but people in the Democratic Alliance told me I didn't know what I was talking about. Well, I do know what I'm talking about. And as it turns out, I was correct. I had multiple sources confirm it, including a few who didn't mean to confirm it, but when the question they asked me proved that they knew about it. Anyway, so sometimes you can't disclose sources. Any goods implication imported from USA? No, Edward Fund Events, no impact. South Africa has not raised tariffs, so you'll pay nothing different. It has no effect on U.S. goods for the moment. Already suffered, yep. Volkswagen's already suffering, yep. Yep. Yeah, ArcelorMittal is shutting down the Vol Triangle, one of their plants, yep. Glencore said they'll be cutting costs. Well, that means job cuts, yep. You're right about that. Yikes. All right, guys, that's going to do it. It is late. Time for me to wrap up. Let me see if I can't get this thing to work now. Okay, it looks like finally it's working again. So, all right, let me shut this one down then. There we go. Cool beans. All that will think stupid raise prices, blame tariffs. Yeah, they will. Prices already gone up. They're already blaming tariffs, and the tariffs have no impact. People fall for it because they know any better. The tariffs are not being imposed by South Africa on U.S. imports. The tariffs are being imposed on South Africa exports to the U.S. by the U.S. So it doesn't affect you. You guys have a good night. I get something to eat. I'm starving. Media is very captured. Thanks for being here, folks. Thanks for raising the topics. Thanks for bringing them up, and I appreciate it. And again, folks, you can believe whomever you want, believe whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you you're wrong. Although sometimes I have to tell people they're wrong because it's simply when they're trying to spread propaganda. But nobody here was spreading propaganda. You were just sharing what you heard, what you believe in, and what you believe to be true. And that's your prerogative. And I thank you for sharing that. That's what we want, discourse without the trolls. So, yep. All right. Thank you, Werner, for watching the beginning. Talking about matters is always good. Agreed. No, Loretta, stop. Okay, so Loretta, no. Don't apologize. And your speculation is not the only one. You're not the only one. I heard many people state what you said previously. So I just wanted to deal with that, okay? Just want to deal with that. People make leaps of faith and assumptions. From the very moment that happened, people told me, that information came from Ernst. But the graph that they posted on their Twitter account was from AfriForum. Ernst is not an employee of AfriForum any longer. He stopped some time ago. So he could have given them that, but as a private citizen, you could have given that to the U.S. team. I could have given it to them. That doesn't make us a source. It makes AfriForum the source. So anyway, they could have just got it off the internet. So you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, says Hardik. Thank you for your time. Could have had a Guinness whilst you had your beer and beer. I'm pulling faces now, to use the South African term. It's nighttime. You guys take care. Thanks for being here. Cheers, everybody. God bless. Night. Sure to hit that like button. We got about 423 of those. Some nice super chat revenue on the last day. So thank you all so much. Cheers.